strike for quite some time, but now here we stand on newly dawned soil. This place gave birth to a major champion. You have more to be proud of than ever before. London, let me feel you roar!
Yeah, we love that. And the testing ground, the final test, in fact. I'm gonna single out one player here, Connor, and it's not a negative light. It's Heavy God. What we've seen from him on Dust 2, if you played at that peak, that might be what's needed to actually put a dent in the record that Vitality have on this map.
Pistol's looking good, but Sunpius down. A lot of talk this week about the riflers at G2. Sunpius showed us yesterday that he was gonna step it up a notch. And that to me was an unexpected scene.
Yeah, when you do the math, man, and you want to match up these players to each other, it doesn't add up. You can't match up Sunpius to Zywoo or almost anybody here, you know? But it's going to go beyond the math based on what we've seen from G2 so far. They're peaking. So now it's a 3-on-3 situation. Quiet crawl up. Mobs on the cross.
Jumping player, tapped out of it.
Shut down.
3 clean USP kills once they full commit to A. A little answer back in middle that kept us on our toes, but Vitality, just another victim of the G2 Pistol success story.
Just another, that's exactly what G2 need to keep in their minds. These are just another set of players with another, that can't do too much different than Furia came up with, than everybody they've ran through so far, than Spirit came up with. They have to treat them like they're all the same. You know that's how the conversations have gone.
Scout for Apex. He's gonna find damage on Mattis. That's all right. He'll lean back on this A1S. SMG makes a bit of cash. Vitality fall at the top of middle with nothing to say in round 2.
Yeah, that's the energy they need to bring. Controlling middle straight off the bat, not letting it go passive, not letting it go late round, not letting Scout and Deagle shots come in. This is what I was hoping to see to start off this series. It's basically the exact same thing that got them here. Now for Vitality to respond.
Still Apex on a scout though, small note. One slightly weaker piece of Vitality's first buy. We're also keeping an eye on mistakes tonight because versus Mouse, what fueled Vitality to dominate that game was their success on rounds with pistols. With only a few tools, they were able to get that over Mouse. Will they be able to get that over G2? Because not only do we praise their pistol play, we also praise their conversions. Mistakes will cost you this grand finals.
Yeah, we saw how they handled that. They didn't let any close angles happen. Lean looks good here for G2. Tactics about to come into place. I think Vitality are hoping this will look like some sort of a fake.
Still keeping 2 players preoccupied. That's going to put pressure on Heavy God. We've been singing the praise of this Heavy God, Mattis, B-Lean.
You can actually see that there's something in Vitality that's telling them something's wrong. Map's really quiet. Lean's here in place. Again, CTs aren't moving.
Yep, to kind of rumble. Sunpius can't get him out of this spot just yet.
It's about that moment.
You're banking Apex with the scout, can find some damage.
Great timing is insane.
Sprays a little messy. Sunpius dies mid. Mattis gets the kill fast enough to come back, and the trade's not immediate. His window peak delayed. He opts not to go into this. Pressure's on Vitality. Because he just gives them that time to cross, Mattis comes through with even further damage, and Apex's upgrade to the AK is good. Into the site.
He has a flash, but he's not using it.
Fire on their feet, flushes Ross into the open. He stands his ground. It's 22 health in 7 seconds. Mauled with an early chance to clutch. Great cover from Apex.
Ooh, out in the open, went for the peak. Malbs, if he took that down, it possibly could have been 2. Hunter also set himself up for a really good opportunity to get that kill. But you have a little stutter step in this spot. It's actually amazing time tactic. They're in places that are perfect for a mid-B split. They have the players here. They don't have the greatest guns, but to be honest, they didn't really need them. So an excellent early answer for Vitality.
Huge couple of kills for Apex. Right, the moment that AK in front of him hits the ground, he picks it up just as fast. G2, strong economy, affords Sunpius this off. Early angle, unexpected. Flamesy the victim.
That's kind of crazy they peeked that. They knew that the Xbox smoke was there.
Players top mid could have had eyes on it. You know, if anything, maybe Flamesy's thinking he signs up to a rifle duel, but Sunpius running the risk with that sniper between the smokes.
You should know better for sure. Long take coming.
Mobs to be challenged, regains vision only momentarily. It blinds both sides. The spray gets away, but the trade could be here from Hunter. He jumps the gun, sees the seconds in the backdrop. He knows he's got damage in, but Mezzi survives on 3. Him and Rops need to take this A site, but the problem for Mezzi is he's the guy that's got to bring the bomb with low health on a dangerous cross.
Rops coming at this real slow, but the CTs are also approaching carefully.
They just jiggle on this angle. No full commitment yet from G2 to try to wrap around. Gap on that. Mezzi did not make this easy on himself.
And they're trying to maintain vision. They're trying to play this balance with their ammo and poke through this smoke.
Off the flash he'll go. Frag grenade. There's also another nade down on the bottom of ramp. We'll see if that matters. Bomb denial? Oh, no. Opposite side of the boxes. Off angle. Was that nade?
It missed.
Mezzi, little healthier. If he wants to set up Rops, the most likely way for Rops to win this, bring somebody down with you, Mezzi. And as that retake also starts to move in behind them, they look to get active. This is the 2 pieces of Vitality playing off Mezzi's contact while CTs get closer. Fantastic coverage. And then almost punishing that jump. 3 health, not going to be enough. We get Mattis onto the bomb site, and we get G2 right back to winning ways.
We need to talk about Mattis' playoff form already. He's doing amazing to start this grand finals off. He was amazing versus Furia. He's been amazing as a G2 addition. This new core of the team, he's 100% a part of it. The newest add-on, in fact. Oh, if that one even landed default, that round could have ended early. Mattis with both of the last 2 kills.
Imagine Mattis jumping up like that gave Mezzi his chance at an acrobatic headshot. It's a roller coaster of emotion to kick off this grand finals. Tech9's Galil Scout limits here for Vitality, and limits on top of that as ZywOo is still yet to get into the kill feed. He'll be trying to find Heavy God, but remember, that's a scout scope. They're gonna Molotov Heavy God out. Good tag, and the flames burn before the smoke could even come out. This is pressure inside of a B site. Sunpius to pick up the slack. Again, quieter piece of G2 as of late, but showed us just yesterday.
They're going to try to free up the map with now this rotation from Sunpius out at K-Sharp. Last time we did see the T's go into the more stacked position, we might see the same thing. Mattis is doing an excellent job of picking his spots. They have a little utility to stir some confusion, but I think they might go directly into this. That bomb lagging back a little bit.
Mattis has been no stranger to danger.
Oh, bad bounce on that nade.
Gets caught in the windowsill. Flash is good. That'll blind both. Stalling things out slightly at 40 seconds.
Oh, this is play.
This is Mezzi setting his sights onto the B site. Nobody actually following, but that does draw Mattis back down into spawn. All the while, they wanted to take a swing at this A site. Duel for mobs is good. Hunter pops up, nails 2, and that 3rd player taking damage. Apex gets cleaned up, and G2 don't fall for that single player push towards B.
You know what? I thought it was just going to be a mid-B.
Could have been the solution.
Damn, that's a cool play. To be honest, I mean, you know, they could have drawn that rotation. They could have actually got that kill with Mezzi, which I think was possible as well. I think the call out was there, but I think what they expected was a 2nd player, maybe. It's another round where the CTs are in the right location. They lost one of these rounds.
I suppose it's one thing if Sunpius catches Mezzi down at the bottom of mid-corner, but seeing as he was so far up and so alone, maybe that's why it's not as believable.
It's a spot where he needs to get a kill. That's pretty much the only way you're ever going to pull a rotation, so wow. And you know what? Sunpius could have died there, right? Oh, wow, he really stared at that one.
G2 calling in the artillery. Again, minimize the threat of Vitality's upgraded pistols. That'll be a challenge throughout this best of 5. I think as this best of 5 gets going, the maps also become a challenge for G2.
Definitely. They need this map. They need Mirage to even have a chance of getting to 5.
I would say even just to build some confidence, add to that. Come out swinging, which they are off of a very heavy-handed Mattis at the moment. Sunpius clipping one.
I love they're hitting all their shots.
All over the place. Look, sorry, who's hitting shots?
Yeah, I guess they all are.
Flamesy taps into a double off the Deagle. If only there wasn't tons of this nade damage, right? I've been trying to paint this picture of the deadly Desert Eagles. You get a glimpse of it, but it only comes through after G2 have given themselves some good establishing damage. The nade's worth their weight in gold this round. Mattis is everywhere at the moment, goes up to 9 frags as G2 find that 5-1 lead early on.
We might get the stat to back this up, but this has got to be one of ZywOo's worst starts of this year. 0-6 is something that happens to regular players, not to ZywOo. And, you know, when we measure up the players one for one, we look at Sunpius' great day. That's actually just not going to happen over a long period of time right now. Like, Sunpius is nowhere near the level that he was at his peak. Even if he showed a glimpse, maybe he could do more of that, but even in opping, there was only one map of that, Mirage, and then Inferno was mostly rifle highlights. When you match up Sunpius to ZywOo, that's not even a debate. Best day versus medium day, ZywOo still beats him out. Like, ZywOo right now is in the prime of his career. But here we are in this grand final, and this is an extremely slow start. And if that's gonna be the difference, then that will be what makes a difference in the map score here for G2. That was the one head-to-head you'd think you don't even get to talk about whether or not it goes wrong. You know, maybe Heavy God right now and Rops, we're seeing things Heavy God's doing that, you know, we've never seen before.
Sure.
But surely not ZywOo's average consistency.
See if he can get into the game.
He had a little dip, obviously.
Right.
But we thought he was back.
Coming off of a recent career low as well. So the recovery that we thought was underway could be put back into question.
And I think to add context to that, he was ill, right?
Sure.
So he was ill, but you know, here we are. It's another grand final.
We get this positioning down in lower tunnels, no challenge coming out of G2. There's actually been a bit of a fallback from those more aggressive starts, right? Think of Sunpius down in lower tunnels, clipping Flamesy that one time.
Yeah.
Since then, G2, you know, you've almost kind of established yourself. You branded yourself on Vitality out of the gate. They come in through tunnels, awkward fight. 99. Robs is lucky to be alive at the moment. What more can he do with minimal health?
Yeah, looks like this is, there it is. Worst start
to a map this year.
To a map this year. You see 0-6 on some players, you go, it's a Wednesday. For ZywOo, this just doesn't happen.
Here we have Hunter pressed in. Flash comes through. Flamesy doesn't get his kills. ZywOo's wallbang missed. Then Sunpius on his ankle. And remember, out there is that 1 health Rops. And where there's violence, Mattis answers the call. Him and Mobs get aggressive off the catwalk. I love that G2 decide in the middle of this round, it is our time to take an initiative. Now, presence shown up towards that catwalk, bomb possession on 10 seconds. This round's gonna fizzle out.
They can't get that bomb in plan, it's over.
You may have ZywOo hitting headshots on and off. 2 kills onto the board.
These are exit frags.
Slow start has ended. However, the score is still domination to G2's favor.
Yeah, those are exit frags, that's it. Ooh.
But no joke, those organizations, think of that first door the Reaper knocked on. That was a 2-0 over Spirit with a 16-1.
That was 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 over
Yeah.
Spirit with a 16-1.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, erase the one map Spirit.
Why
dead.
you thought that is because it should have been 2-0 for Spirit. Somehow we're here. You know what? I don't know. ZywOo didn't trade that duel inside of middle last round. That was weird.
Blind as a bat. Mobs disengaging at the cost of his in-game leader's life. Hunter happy to die for the cause. There's a follow-through here for Vitality because they just don't have anything else. So they'll take over position inside of Pit, but with this sea of smoke grenades in front of them, a bit of it their own, some of it their opponents, Apex is the one to take to the tip of this spear. 4 players strong on long, and full cat control plus mid for G2. That's gonna free up Sunpius to get back into this.
Flash is coming. Oh,
They hold off on that edge of the smoke. Sunpius hits his.
Nice find.
Up to an 8-3 start.
And it makes it a 3v3.
This is just a bonus win condition for G2 at this rate.
That slows it down.
ZywOo goes back onto the angle, but at that point, Heavy God's already beyond. And so another man advantage here for G2. What could just be another CT round win queued up, unless Apex and Flamesy find a chance to leave their mark, but it's just not happening. Heavy God over towards Long, wins his duel. Mattis with his head down, barely takes damage. This is a stomping of Vitality.
They're not staying connected. There was no communication to do something interesting there. They were just sort of 2 players looking for a frag apiece just to, I don't know what they were gonna do after that. No chance. They're falling for every nade. They're blowing like a palm tree in the wind here, Connor. With the utility that's coming, they're paying attention to everything. They look distracted right now.
And all the while, every piece of G2 looks so
Focused.
sharp.
Absolutely.
Honed in, locked on.
Yeah, they might have to join up 2 timeouts right now to make up for what's happening. This is very, very bad. Oh, it's a tech, actually. You know what? But why not a tactical? You know what I mean? Why not a tactical right now?
Sure. Let Saw do his damage.
Oh, I'm saying for Vitality, man. They need to figure something out. They need a stress break, a tactical I mean, look at this. This is the graph that might favor whoever's on CT's side, so we'll see, but G2 doing everything they're supposed to so far. Imagine their first loss in 3 months. Imagine if it's to G2.
Imagine if it's a total blowout, because that's the territory we're getting into. We need some kind of inspirational moment from a Vitality member, but instead Mezzi's just giving his head over to Sunpius, who continues to tap into the form he ended the semifinals with. Here comes Rops, though, lurking out through that tunnel smoke. Plat player's just been spotted. Mattis doesn't think he's been found.
He got him!
He holds his ground. Unbelievable! Flamesy in through the windows, the only thing that they still have to bang on. Even that falters.
No, Mattis. Man, Mattis, this is amazing for someone who has as little experience as he does in this situation. He's playing A+ CS just like he did yesterday. Sunpius, great kill here to take out Rops in this spot.
Same time though, Rops is the guy who knows exactly where you are, is waiting for your head to pop up, and in that instance, misses multiple shots.
Yeah, definitely.
So good on Mattis under a world of pressure, but here's that timeout.
Yeah, he kept good awareness. I think this timeout's 1 round late. Are they even buying? Almost feels like this one's getting taken out of frustration.
3.5 grand on some.
But this is a fundamental issue that we're seeing right now. When you look at the connectedness of the team, like some of the trades that aren't happening are actually kind of astounding for a team like Vitality. When we saw ZywOo not take that trade out of the door with the op, yes, it's an op, but he would, I feel like, on a good day, have taken that extra step, got that 1 kill back. Now we're getting Sunpius taking a kill at the top of mid. No one's swinging him from the doors. There's way too many unanswered duels, and now if you miss 3 bullets, you lose the whole round. That's why we're seeing the scoreline 8-1. It's gonna be one of those games that, you know, Apex yells at everybody in between maps, and then maybe we get a different team.
Full committed inside of the site, though. This duo that we've been singing the praise of just wants another challenge. We've seen Heavy God bested, counterplayed by nades when he plays behind the plat box, but a little more dedicated to the cover of the site means Vitality, if they want this, they've got to step forward to him. And another moment where I see G2 setups doing a great job of avoiding the threats of just upgraded pistols. Don't let him get close. Don't give that Deagle an angle. If there is another scout, which is what killed Heavy God behind this box last time, it won't find him.
He's gonna blow this open. Oh, that's perfect.
Exposes 3. Pops 2. Mattis, chance to shine denied. Flamesy trying to be the guy to make that difference. Opens a door for Apex to get that bomb into the depths of sight. And he picks up the 1 AK. The solo rifle that Vitality come into this round with is in the hands of their leader.
He could have gone to get the gun at Carr. I guess he thought it was dangerous in case they were holding that side. Can they push together?
Apex setting up. No nades to really make this awkward for G2. All 3 members playing with that utility, not to mention Sun Pius's flashbangs starting to come over the wall. Apex sees that as his chance to swing, and then he drops the dual Berettas. Can G2 do anything wrong?
Something I hate about that, man.
Hit me.
2 players could have come out the window, could have been a challenge through the door in the window. Instead, they're separated. It's just another situation. It's just not inspired in terms of a late round. It's 2v3. You have an AK and a Deagle. Make something happen. Yeah, we're looking at that. Mezzi dies. He's not even in a place to support Apex at all on this endeavor by the window. But they were setting up for this moment. So where's the communication to do something cool? If it wasn't a team as good as Vitality, I wouldn't be as demanding when I think about these kind of tactics. But they're the team that wins some of these rounds.
Not tonight, they're not. Not yet, anyways. 2 rounds left to play. They're gonna find a vacant B site. They just come running in off the flash. Heavy God is simply winning duels versus every single.
He can play outside the site, inside the site, or pushing.
Tries to come back in with the wild spray down. Offer exposed on the cross. You're gonna know Mezzi's sitting at the top of mid, and he also goes down with nothing. Every single individual of this G2 squad refuses to falter at the hands of Vitality. Finally, something comes through in round 11. ZywOo's double kill out through the tip of that windowsill. And with damage done onto Mattis, it's better late than never for ZywOo to step forward as the hero Vitality need. And they needed one 5 rounds ago. Apex gets burned into it, and ZywOo, it's all or nothing. Here or never. As he eats that flash, they'll come barreling towards his sight. Back's turned, and that is 4 frags deep for ZywOo. Oh, it's the ace! It's all 5, and the hero steps forward.
That's ZywOo, baby, stacking bodies higher than a rifle tower. His second round and his first with impact. His second round with kills at all. He's on 7 with this ace. Woo. Look alive.
We had Vitality sitting on their deathbed, so it felt. That's the pulse. You feel it in the arena. They feel it in their team speak. That just got Vitality turned up a notch. It comes late, but a 3rd round here could be that small sigh of relief. Sun Pius, missed shot. Haven't seen that all too often. You are giving that little bit of room over to Vitality for them to finish on a high note. Let them think that they can win this, and you'll have problems.
He's staying.
Shut them down, and then they've got problems again themselves. So now Apex over towards long into pit with bomb, and Rops trying to get tricky.
Mattis floating here, no flash behind him. Apex has a chance. Oh, I think he got spotted. Oh.
They find it. So yet again, across the board, Malbs, Hunter, Mattis, Thrive, double digits. G2, something only one team has done versus Vitality in 3 months, and they do it in a single half.
Everyone can beat anyone.
The best team in the world right now, I think, still is Vitality.
Vitality.
They won everything in the first part of the season.
For sure, Vitality was conquering everything.
Actually, it's tough to say right now because I think everyone can beat us right now.
Even though the start hasn't been the best, they haven't reached the final, they haven't won in the tournament since the break. I feel like they're gonna get bounced back and they're gonna win a trophy by the end of the year for sure.
Just for the current form and I would say spirit is a bit in front of us.
The spirit started strong this season, but now the player change and everything together, not the best, I would say.
I think Mongols have been on the rise and they have been able to beat Vitality twice now.
After Vitality, I would say Mouse right now, form-wise.
I think there's only 3 top teams still compete, I would say. I mean, Spirit, us and Mouse.
But I would say right now it's between Spirit and Vitality still, and the other teams still have to catch up a little bit.
London, that was damn near a total blowout, but we had that spectacular ace coming through from ZywOo. It's a pulse on the side of Vitality, but the question is still, did it come too late? First 6 rounds of play on the half, 0 frags. His stats for the second 6 show us a lifeline, some kind of movement in the Vitality camp. Him and Flamesy trying to get this one going.
He
But
did
I don't
that.
know, Launders, it feels a little too little.
Yeah, he did that within 2 rounds. ZywOo, well, the fact is, you know, this is the best player you've got on Vitality. This is a map that's their best map right now. Their best player being absent on their best map. Well, you know what that formula spells. 10-2 in favor of G2. Let's see if they can close this damn game.
G2 pistols on this map, ridiculous. Trying to tap into that to close this one swiftly, move us over to Mirage, another map that we think G2 can win. Robs gets spotted, has to eject. Looking to evacuate, he sticks around a second, and that's gonna afford them a chance to chase.
Okay.
But who's chasing who? Robs locks into the corner. If they don't clear this, he could grab a second, but they are cautious.
Wow.
They're not gonna fall for his little games.
That's crazy cautious. And I mean, it would have been nice to join that up with a B push, especially since Robs got there, but they didn't really try that.
Heavy God found walking out long, him versus ZywOo, and he loses. A set of helping hands in Flamesy helps out. Apex trying to draw them, maybe towards B. We've got 2 duos anchoring each bomb site. It's a man advantage for G2 wherever they decide to hit.
Yeah. Low numbers doesn't scare them. Vitality have to stay alert.
No kit on Vitality. Retake could be made tough. They'll smoke off the rotate by blocking CT spawn. ZywOo gets popped instantly.
Oh boy.
Flamesy, he was spotted once.
Mattis.
No way, Mattis.
14-4. 14-4 versus Vitality in this grand finals.
And that smoke ends up being perfectly placed. Slows Apex down, lets Sunpius comfortably shift his weight over towards Long, where he is going to find contact versus a stomping Mezzy. He knows half of it's coming, and as Mezzy is forced to clear those deep corners, he's dropped. Mattis steps forward again on a big stage where we didn't even know if he belonged.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we've seen this story before. A team gets here and then they fail. You know, they don't look like themselves at all. That's definitely something that could have happened right now, and we just had to see. But based on the other games, did we ever see a moment where Vitality got close to closing, G2 got close to closing a map and then took a long time to do it? No. Did we have anything except for everybody improving every single day so far? No. There's just been no reason to actually doubt that they wouldn't be the same team. Now, this is another moment, though. I'm seeing ample opportunity to actually accelerate some of these positions, make it even worse for G. I mean, when Robs gets his clip off, gets up to upper B, he makes a move to stay there. He knows that no one's probably in playground, and if there is, they spotted he hasn't crossed, so of course they're going to clear him. He's banking that no one's in playground. I'm going to tuck here. I might get one kill. I might die after that. But how can that just be it? You know, why isn't there an upper B push to get another trade back, to keep the man advantage the entire time? They're not thinking on that level right now. 51% 4v5 win rate in the OVO. That's crazy.
Yeah, all three in this first half. So even in those few moments, Vitality get man advantage means nothing in the face of this G2 tonight. Force buy brought to you by way of a G2 pistol win.
Yeah, that's another Hunter classic. Best frag in IGL right now, all of a sudden.
Playoffs Hunter has been an animal.
Yeah. I mean, that's a guy who knows how to win.
You know, we call him the big game Hunter, and there is no better trophy than Vitality in 2025.
Yeah, well, who better than the big game Hunter replaying StarCraft with these pieces?
Looking to stuff him on Dust 2, put him on the wall. Malbs on the side of this smoke. Nobody wants to be that first victim on the Vitality side. ZywOo connecting to Sunpius is only going to find that one kill here with that scout. Desert Eagle finds the player back. Carr can't manage because the flashbangs are great support. It's Malbs under pressure.
How do they recover every time?
He just keeps putting them in a world of hurt.
That was a great position there for Vitality, but to be honest, the flashes were just so good. There was really good composure. Rob's going to jump up for this or not?
He could if he wants to try to get lucky. But at this point, you are down 9 rounds. G2 on the brink of their 12. And yet again, they're just kind of tucked in their corners, hoping someone's coming to save them. It's not the case.
Yeah, again, like, the flashes are coming in, the tactic's good. It's a good spot to actually close out. You don't want to let it all, you don't want to let smoke come up and then you're sitting there in CT spawn. You need to do something aggressive here on the CT side here. And they don't have great guns, but they can't convert any of these positions. 12-2. I mean, some people may have been disappointed about what we saw from Furia yesterday, but if you weren't sitting there giving your credit to G2 for how well they played, you were really missing the point. I think this validates, you know, the struggle that Furia had a lot more.
Mezzy trying to get into the tunnel play. Finds a headshot, but you can't put Mattis to bed. This grand finals starts with a bang, but it's a very lopsided bang and a whimper on the other end. Apex trying to keep them on their toes towards the mid doors, but if they come barreling at him, he is toast. An ace for ZywOo is half of the rounds for Vitality. Barring that, you have just witnessed G2 yet again on this run in London demolish a top team from 2025. 13-1 over Spirit on Ancient, embarrassed them on the road to London. And here they are, stopping Furia yesterday, showing that maybe they aren't the dark horse we thought they were when G2 decide to step it up a notch.
A little awkward.
This year's #1 on their knees, Flamesy catching, good timing, but still traded out, and man advantages have been moot throughout this first map. So why would this 3v3 be different? Just because it's Hunter low health? 20 seconds for them to try to finalize. Apex coming to life.
Ow.
And Sunpai is concerned about the flank. Has too many targets ahead. There it is. A third, a lifeline, but way too late.
Yeah, it's a gift. It's a little one bad smoke. That'll do it. They punished it perfectly. And Vitality have cracked this door open again. I mean, look at the damage this does. They have to obviously exact through this. So fortunately for G2, it's a bit of a write-off. One small mistake. Now again, I'll say G2 in these spots, if they are winning badly, they do a good job of closing pretty quickly versus every team so far. So let's see if Vitality can make them a little shaky.
Is this A-Site gonna be ready? Is this M4 in ZywOo's hands enough? On top of Apex goes Malbs. He'll get dropped then and there. ZywOo's rifle getting away
all the
from him
molly
as he
damage.
burns up. And while Flamesy's got this angle towards long,
They're
that's
not
a
clearing him.
long-range MP9. Sunpius kills the additional site player. There are back.
They're doing this on a force.
There's damage coming up through this smoke. Look at the health that remains here for G2. They see that as an invitation. Oh, it gets away from Mattis. He still recovers with at least the one, and that's gonna take all the attention of Mezzy, not to mention most his health. Oh, that bomb is ticking. Flamesy on cleanup duty, kills what was little left of Hunter. 13 health from Heavy God. He's been lights out. And with the smoke down in front of him, a desperate move here from Mezzy, jumping around haphazardly. He's got the kid, but Heavy God with the impact to make quick work of Dust 2.
Game, but here we are, man. This feels like it's G2's story to tell. The year is 20XX. Hunter is the first Kovac to win 4 majors. A GOAT conversation for IGL is reopened, and Saw makes headlines for inspiring a new generation of Finnish coaches. And a statue of Pekka is erected in the G2 head office. London, an underdog emerges. Let's celebrate these moments. Make sure you get loud. Mirage could be the 2-0 start here for G2. It felt impossible before today started. Maybe you just tuned in and are wondering, where's m0NESY and where's Nico? Maybe you should be wondering if they ever needed them.
Yeah.
Look at this team go.
I say, who's m0NESY, who's Nico? This G2 gonna try to keep that tempo up with the burst in through the A play. And they clear out some of those positions, but it's a fast-moving Vitality quickly on the scene. Double challenge over stairs denied. There he is, your champion. Mezzy picks up the hold, and it will be a Vitality CT pistol win. Winning pistols versus G2, no easy feat.
Yeah, the most important stat, and that's one thing that G2 have, like we talk about Vitality getting tested, well, that's one way in which G2 aren't really. They just keep having good starts every single step of the way, so a excellent response. And you could look at all these maps and say Vitality are favored in every single one. But what we saw in Dust 2 proves the hypothesis that it doesn't matter right now with G2. They can beat you anywhere.
I say to hell with your science. Your math be damned. It's Counter-Strike with heart. But it is hard to go up against the odds. Rifles here for Vitality and an opening kill for Flamesy.
Yeah, I mean, that's, again, G2. They know how to win the pistols. They know how to win the second round following it, no matter what the half, no matter what the map. Now, Hunter, here's their biggest test. Let's come back. Let's see if they have to come back into both halves, maybe. You know, that's the kind of expectation we should have for Vitality, that they start out, they win the pistols, right? If they lose the map, maybe it's in spite of winning both pistols or something, but, like, again, not long ago, this was what they were best at as well.
Whoa, trying to jump on Apex, but he's covered by ZywOo and Rob, so all's good. You lose your leader, that's all right. You know, when that last map concluded, Vitality very quickly out of their chairs and walked off stage except for one man. Apex sat there looking through his notebook. A little bit of gloom.
And let's play our fucking game, boys. No matter the fucking score, we make plays, like Dan said earlier. So even if we make a play and they fuck us, we continue to make plays. We don't get scared from it, and we keep making plans and keep doing the ping pong, and we'll be fucking fine.
Oh man, I really love it. I really love it. I mean, I think we look at Dust 2. You can point to sometimes it's hard to see what moments went wrong.
Sure.
Dust 2, you can point to all of them, go, this is a very clear move that needed to be made. An idea needed to happen here. I think everything that he said should resonate heavily. Again, though, it's a little bit, you know, last time we heard Mezzy talk, it was during a bad moment. Usually we hear from Apex.
You know, that was like an awkward sign last time around that it had to be Mezzy to try to inspire the troops. And the point I was going to make before we hear from Mezzy is just that Apex stuck around on stage, looked through his notebook to the chance of fuck you Apex, had to stew in it a little. So where's his head at? Because clearly Mezzy's is still trying to tap into that championship ideology.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt Apex can drag himself out of the deepest of depths. This is a man who has been in some dark places in Counter-Strike and still rises to the occasion. He's got great teammates around him. Rops, I mean, coming off of his worst ever rating in a grand finals. Time to turn it up.
There we go.
Flamesy triple. He's got support over top of the stairs. ZywOo wanting to get into the action, and everybody across the board for Vitality has to show us a better form. And versus the first few guns of G2, it looks great.
This is so good. I mean, they look fired up.
Mow down.
Kills coming through. Everybody dies. A total wall put up here for Vitality over on A.
Hunter between 4. Ooh, found timing.
And you know, in the bad Vitality maps, it's Flamesy and it's Mezzy who look, in my opinion, a little bit more fragile. In some of those games where slow starts and everything, it's like Apex will get kills, I will get kills, Rops will always be there. But you know, those two, that's where it feels like the floor falls out sometimes. But back on Dust 2, Flamesy was actually, in terms of volume, was getting kills kind of throughout both halves. Yeah. He was the actual only person close to having a standout performance overall, and yet it still sort of fell flat. Good to see that continuing on, though.
We haven't seen these blunders come through in the series so far, where pistols upset the momentum. But that's all G2 will have to work with here in round 4. They get everything in position. Volley of nades over top. It's Flamesy and Apex hard dedicated into the corners of this site. And rotational utility already helping out. ZywOo sets it up with util. Flamesy makes quick work of Malbs and Mattis, popping heads like it's nothing. And so we're already starting to get a little bit of vitality. A vitality that was absent just too long.
You can't have all these guys show up in banana costumes and not give them a good performance.
Of course.
Come on.
I'm curious, Vitality fans, do you still believe?
Before the game started, I heard a surprising amount of G2 support, and every fan, it feels like you're a fan of the org. Maybe you're a fan of the org in general from other games, from older versions of the team. But this team itself, it's got to garner a new fan base. You know, it's got to win fans, and this is the place you do it. It's not online. It's not in group stages. It's in front of crowds like this. A lot of people are here watching Counter-Strike in person for the first time. You're creating core memories for these people, you know, these new fans. And if you put up a good enough performance where they think you're going to stick around, you're going to be good at the next tournament, it's going to live with you. You know, that you got to watch that first. You got to watch the birth of a new roster.
You get to see a guy like Mattis step into a huge organization and just blow all of our minds. Even if you thought he had potential, for it to be realized under the spotlights, whole other game. Quite literally, just a different game. And Flamesy not playing games, seemingly. Off of the A site, down through the underpass, won't get away though. Mattis chasing that, even with a teammate's flash inbound. He's so aggressive for those peaks.
Yeah, you call it aggressive or just exactly what you need to do. You know, like if he wasn't,
in
That's
high-pressure
over. Look at,
moments.
actually, Mezzi's got the split coming in. They're not ready. Rotations are slow here.
Mobs has been
They
able
don't
to-
know about Gat.
That's it, sliding forward. Mobs with an element of surprise. Wow. And it's Apex with his head popped deep market. No chance for Vitality in round 5. So Flamesy makes an opening move. A 4v5 for G2 to face. A stat that even back on Dust 2 went against them.
I also just want to say Hunter dies first in this spot. They have to they run and trade that kill. They continued forward.
Yeah.
They continued forward with this play.
Yeah.
You know, people don't understand this, but when your IGL dies in a round, that can really change how the rest of the round plays out, no matter what the initial call was. It's just something about calling while you're in the game and actually playing that is so much more impact.
I think
and they still pulled it off really well.
Great point to make when we hear Saw and when we hear Mattis in the post-map interview saying how everybody's got to be on the same page.
Yeah.
Not halfway there. We need to be locked in with the same ideas. And yes, you can cut the head off the snake in killing Hunter. And I agree, it's going to kind of slow him down in his read of the moment. But if there are individuals who know what they want and what Hunter would want before he even has to vocalize it, I think that's when you get these kinds of chase from Mattis where he knows we need to get trades. It opened a door, finding Mobs to move up catwalk because mid was weak.
And let's be real, they didn't take time to reassess. They continued forward with a play that Vitality probably thought they were going to think a little bit more on.
Sure.
Go back into figuring out how do we get an extra kill first. And instead, G2 comes with this fast pace.
Challenge top middle. You really want to slow down G2. Maybe you got to go a little further. Get riskier.
Sometimes top mid smoke can get blown open.
Already set up for some kind of an underpass play. His utility comes trickling out. It's not going to be easy for Mobs to take all this damage, but Hunter loves a window challenge. And he is up here so early, while also getting through a sea of utility. Sure, you lose Mobs, but if this apartment play goes well, if Mezzi can't manage it, then you would think Hunter's gonna catch somebody off guard. You'd think. And still, Mezzi could just stop it, but the fire's gonna flush him out.
Hunter got that got picked off.
That's key. Vitality find one, and the bomb planter denied by Apex. Good pressure out of their in-game leader with a double kill off of back market. Mattis, what are you made of? Oh, the first is clean, but then that back turned over to Flamesy. He'll step forward, and now we're starting to see Vitality do what G2 was as well. Tethering nicely, action-packed off of the death of the teammate in front of you.
Yeah, just multis and refrags and closer positions. Yeah, they're really like kind of taking a page out of what G2 did to them somehow.
Not one kill goes in vain.
This one kill goes in vain.
Not one kill.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like they are watching out for each other. It's really good to see. I love the play from G2, man. They made that as hard as possible. It looked like another spot where maybe they pull off the 4v5 again. But Vitality, they won mid early. They didn't get scared when they lost it soon after. And this time they were ready for it to end B.
And fireworks for the first 6 rounds of play. Rops gonna control underpass for Vitality, but then again, there's always somebody creeping forward for G2.
They've crushed Hunter this half, 0-7. He was stand out on Dust 2. Important guy to take out.
Ahead of the flashbangs, Mattis.
Wait.
Oh!
Wait, and the cat player's still in jeopardy. Messi makes noise. There's someone up close. Mattis gonna peek him.
He's gonna get the kill swiftly despite the Galil, Zywoo, and Apex 2v4. It's another 4 versus 5 recovery coming forward from G2.
They know it's 1-1 to sights. Do they know about Zywoo's op? Do they care about it? They have a lot of time to sit and wait for a lurk. Something needs to happen right now for Vitality. Timings are being missed.
Whoa, you give him a chance.
This is actually an interesting spot because they have to decide, do they want to go towards Zywoo, who has the op over in B? They don't have a smoke for the market window. They do have Mattis inside a ladder room.
2 incendiaries as well for Vitality, but Apex on a different planet at the moment.
So this might be a jump across moment here with Heavy God and Sun Pius. We talked about this head-to-head. Sun Pius and Zywoo. Is it even possible that he gets this kill? Oh, but the rotation is the wrong way. It's the wrong way. This is such a big moment to leave, actually.
London. They walk away, you know what to do. Now, to be fair for Vitality, it felt like Zywoo was sticking around for that fight, but a great decision for G2 to just slow down the pace, double up in apps, get away from him.
You know, I think what G2 did was let's pick a site. You know, we have Madison Ladder Room. We do have better odds right now to get to B. If we waste any more time, maybe we get another pickoff. Maybe Apex is searching somewhere, and this round gets way uglier. Let's just play the 3v1 on the B site. Worst case, we have to rely on Mattis to pull off a lurk or whatever, but at least we're not getting wiry and stringy and walking around the map. And for Vitality's case, they don't see themselves winning in 2 1v3s on either side of the map. ZywOo doesn't see anything in B, says, okay, they're probably trying to avoid me. That was my first thought as well. Let's go see if it's A. If it's A, we win the round. If it's B, we save, and we save 2 good guns.
Vitality remain content to sit around for these kinds of duels. I just don't think they were ready for the Malbs double down.
Yeah. And it's really impressive to see Malbs get that kill, and his aim will always deliver those headshots, but also, like, you know, Vitality are like, they should get that trade. They're in a good spot to get that trade.
Does feel like Vitality are at least a bit more electric in some of their opening moves in this map compared to Dust 2. That there's been some sort of a wake-up call in between maps in that regard.
What I'm happy to see, it's not collapse versus collapse. You know, if Vitality lose a map in this series because they were, you know, a little tuned out, they could come back and win. But if G2 collapse at all, they'll probably get crushed because the map pool is not in their favor. Hunter's worst start to a map. Wow, 07 to match up with ZywOo. Only wants to be paired with the best. Oh my goodness. What a shot, ZywOo and Sun Pius. That's through the smoke. Oh, maybe he peered out. Looked like he was just ahead of that. Something that G2 have been trying to conjure up, these B splits. That quick mid lurk. They're trying to slip the net up cat with one player, not alert anybody, make sure connector smoke doesn't get blown up and no one's checking that, and then instantly go into a B play. That's been the secret sauce for G2 on Mirage, not just today, in their previous Mirage games as well.
It's another chance where G2 just look to simplify things, though. Collect the forces and move forward towards B. ZywOo to be tested. He's gonna let him drop out through the window, and Mattis gets away with the cat kill. ZywOo has sacrificed the part, and he's not gonna get a chance to find another shot off. Sun Pius now. 3 kills into this round is Sun Pius.
Oh, they flew too close to the sun on this round. That's another tag.
Flamesy, half health, is able to still fight back. And while Hunter scrambles for his first kill of this second map of the series, he's on the angle, and it's teed up with ease. In the teens was Flamesy, done to a single shot. G2 break the doors down on that B site.
Yeah, that's such an excellent round out of Sun Pius. Scrolling across the site. I mean, getting this opener is so huge.
It is a poke.
Very nice attempt from ZywOo to make up for this. And that's just what we want to see, everyone playing well. Welcome to the board, Hunter. Clutch off the first kill, instant impact.
Ooh, change up. It's a good read, Vitality. Check this out. Body's in the right position.
Definitely. They've been doing this, just like G2 have been with Molodoy, leaving him alone.
Oh, this could go either way. Could wind up being a bloodbath. Gap for the jungle smoke. Never mind, it does come down. Mattis and Heavy God combined for the first one. Default being held, but they don't know about the firebox. And out comes Rops with one. Heavy God's MP7 gets the cover. Man advantage here, G2. It's a round with a lot on the line because it could be doors open for G2 to run away. ZywOo scopes in and hits it, but he's going to have to close this from an 11-3 score. Sun Pius, his counterpart, hands busy with the bomb. Heavy God, head tucked, spots him and puts him in the grave. 2 stand for G2 as they continue winning ways.
Oh man, nice try, but even more impressive and better here for G2. They pulled off this full exec. It's a real test of their execute. Full nades coming in, Molly under back, under balk, Molly on top of triple, covering a lot of options, a lot of spots to the CT sides. You know what it is, man? It's a staggered flashbang that's always coming in on their execs that seems to have the highest efficacy. It is blinding an extra player and making them null. So now it feels like there's only 2. They're always catching one totally off guard. And then it's 1-for-1 trades. pathing so precise just underneath that balcony. The guy with the MP9 on top couldn't do anything. And with that, all the money for Vitality is gone.
Mattis taking a quick look over towards B. The utility pressures middle, and Hunter tries to slot in with that MAC-10. CZ for Apex, great job! Unfortunately for him, his only reward is that MAC, while,
Now there would be.
as we alluded to, that setup inside of the B site ready to follow through. Malbs feasts on a couple top mid. Good frag back from Mezzi, but because he's up catwalk, there was nobody there to stop this G2 attack into the B site. They cut through with ease.
Yeah,
Three heavy hands alive in Sunpius. Mattis heavy got and no way in for Vitality. Tied game.
They find their good post plans really quickly. It's the best that Vitality could do, and again, it's a credit to G2 for being able to say, we lose a player, instant exec. Instant B exec. That again happens in this moment. Even though that dive down gets a kill, that's something that, you know, you're looking for. It's CZ in your hand. You'll take anything. Oh, nice shot.
Another one.
He's on the dome right now. Might be a little high. Let's see. Okay.
Jumping block, of course.
Yeah. Can't go through, go over.
Sprinkle it in. Good on Apex. He knows utility's coming out of the player underpass. Make the jump. Hunter just shakes him off. As does Malbs top middle.
They're showing us a way of playing this game that will stand in front of in the face of 45 statistics. Because normally those statistics are supported by a little time.
Sure.
You get that first kill, and there's a little time to maximize the map with 5. But what G2 are doing is, you get a kill, now we're actually using it against you. We have info, and we go for the exec. Almost doesn't matter that they lost somebody.
Just serves as a trigger. Speed up that game, and speaking of speeding up, again, we are going all into the B site. Rops popped by Mobs. Mezzi with a chance to be the key to the defense. Utility's making it awkward. He shapes a bunch of health off Heavy God, and a good position back on bench. He's gone unnoticed. Hits the headshot. Flusters Hunter. Hits the dink. Still though, Rebuttal back. G2's got the frags, and Flamesy is gonna have to come up big with the clutch.
This nade.
It's a little late.
Oh, it's perfect.
Bomb still planted off of it. Sunpius sits on his ankle and will not let you in.
G2 are not asking for permission right now. Another B attack successful. Comes down to the 1v1, but another clutch wins it. It's not that the holds aren't decent. They're pretty good. I think Zywoo's miss here is actually the real difference. It's a nice attempt from Flamesy. Takes a moment to line up that nade. You can't really have it both ways in that spot. If he doesn't line it up, he doesn't get the kill. If he gets the kill and lines it up, he's a little late to stop the bomb, but it's really about Sunpius in the perfect spot to punish him.
Malbs double kill.
Wow. Malbs.
Makes mincemeat of the mid setup. And again, in rounds where G2 just put the pedal to the metal, follow through.
They're like Mouse 2.0.
This is one where they can slow down.
They're like Mouse 2.0. No clear superstar, new pop-off player every single round.
Yeah, except for the crowd cheers for them. You know, we talk about G2 in the face of 4v5s, just activating, getting the round done, but then it's nice to see this other look where they can slow down and still control a map. I would say that when Hunter first kind of took over the reins of in-game leader, these were the moments where I would criticize him, kind of losing himself as a round would go on and then trying to oversimplify things.
Yeah, you say these are the rounds. It feels like that was like a week and a half ago.
Sure.
How has he gotten so good already?
I mean
it's
stepping
no
up
secret, man.
to the plate.
Yeah.
Playoffs, dude, it's different.
It's playoffs, it's Hunter, it's Saw. I mean, that's just a...
It's Heavy God, it's Mattis, it's Sunpius, and Malbs. It's just six sick individuals finding form at the same time. A new challenger enters the arena, and Vitality trying to get their hands on it. Zywoo, yes, second kill as he gets back into default. And that's bomb thrown over with 20 seconds on the clock. We got a very critical op duel. Maltz is not going to be allowed to move until he gets his kill off Cat. Now he's freed up. ZywOo knows for 10 seconds he is going to fight right here, right now. Triple kill ZywOo. He tries to run away.
The time.
Maltz is on the chase.
He can't get him.
ZywOo into the corner, takes us to a tied score, and they just can't hunt him down. It's 1 at the end of this CT side, tied 6-all.
Welcome to Instant Recall. I'm here with Hex from M80, thanks for joining me. Hex, I'm gonna show you a clip. Then, I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. You have to complete the questions before the kettle is boiled and our knorr is finished. Are you ready to take on the challenge?
I'm ready.
Bolognese or carbonara? What's your flavor of choice?
Carbonara.
Let's start the clip.
Woo! Shui's activating.
Hell of a shot from Shui.
Oh,
And Twist is also looking to make a name for himself.
Heard of this guy. Not this game. Oh, they smoked themselves off.
That's fine.
Is it?
In a weird way, it's probably okay. Oh,
You okay?
no. Oh, this
Well-
game is really upsetting me, but like in a good way. Like I'm crying, but I think it's good crying, like from laughter. Oh, okay.
Is this the
And
modern...
they're gonna win, aren't they? What's happening?
They're gonna
win. Tears in my eyes.
win.
They're gonna win.
They're good.
They're on the deep.
They're doing it.
Snap. Stop them. You're the only one who can. Oh my God.
That's a cinematic round for
Yeah.
sure. Absolute cinema.
All right, cinematic round indeed. Let's start the kettle. Time is live. What event was this?
Blast Bounty.
Correct. What was the score?
24-24.
Correct. Who was top fragging?
Syra.
Incorrect. It's Ultimate. You want to take a guess how many kills?
37.
44.
Damn.
It's a lot of rounds. A lot of rounds. Whose map pick was this?
Ecstatic.
Correct. Who won the series?
Liquid.
Who died first in the round?
Who's the Opera? It's the Opera. Wait, who is that? Christu?
Yes.
Yeah, there we
Oh. Who lurked A main inside of the smoke?
Nerds.
Oh, dude, you know what? Yeah, lurker. Yeah, makes sense. Who defused the bomb?
Nut.
No, TMB. Who failed to stop the defuse?
Naf.
He was the only one who could. Name the full ecstatic roster.
It's Nut, TMB, Christu, Syra,
Yeah.
and
Time's up. What was the final score of the game?
27-25 or something like that.
Close, 26-28. Final question. Who is the best North American team?
M80.
Correct. You nailed it. You beat the clock. You beat the knorr. You win the game. Are you ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This was Instant Recall.
Vitality needed a strong start, and they got one. They did what many can't, which is win a pistol over top of G2. That 4-0 start looked like it was going to turn into an economic problem for the G2 side of things. But that streak of rounds, bro, in the face of 4v5s, in the face of all the challenge, no issue as we get tied up 6-6.
Yeah, and that new iteration of G2, it's a test for them that they needed to try to pass, and I think they actually did, man. Being able to survive the pistol, that start, they're used to winning them. And now they know, again, they've got lots of confidence in rounds like these. It's Vitality who actually might be a little worried.
It's nice to see, though, is ZywOo top of the board for Vitality. Flamesy, 13 kills right behind him.
Oh, this smoke, are they going to respect it? With this push, does it buy them enough time? They're actually, I don't think they were expecting this. Vitality.
This may be
Look at the movement, man.
Oof. Through the ramp, you mean?
Everywhere. You get some pies coming back, too. That's actually nuts. This one smoke this deep. Wow. The counterplay is insane.
Does fluster Hunter, though, off his perch. Couple flashbangs over. He's blind, but Sun Pius covers. ZywOo catching him as he drops down. Apex dig throw. Great execution coming forward from Sampaius. ZywOo is going to be the difference, though. If he has to be time to deliver, he still has 80 health.
And every kill so far.
Already sitting on an ace in this series. Quad kill ZywOo. Again! Just another reason he is one of the greats. Under pressure, with Hunter and G2 breathing down your neck off those pistol round wins, he gets himself an ace.
2 aces in this grand finals. He went and got 2 exit kills in the first half of Dust 2, or even not even a kill. And then 1 round with an ace to close out that half.
Next has taken notes on that one.
You know, it's one of those things where, to use an analogy, you know, it might be better to, if you want to do like you want to be able to get a little bit over a long period of time. That's going to give you more output overall. That's kind of how ZywOo just makes his bread in general. You have these huge flashes of brilliance, right? Then you're Honda. You get 2 aces in a series, but you don't get a lot of kills. It's not as valuable to your team. So you're putting all this impact into this 1 round, that's one thing. And maybe it's early enough, it gets G2 a little inspired about how to come back into this game or close this one out, or, you know, with the second pistol build momentum. But you still want more volume. ZywOo's had some better rounds now.
I mean, a 19-6 ZywOo is enough for Vitality to win a CT side.
Yeah.
Like, if that's going to be the driving force of this offensive, you'd think it can be enough. You've seen it before. We will see it again. The question remains, will we see it tonight? Right here, right now on Mirage.
Oh! That's the shot heard around the world, baby. Woo! 1 bullet and a dream. Good night, Mattis.
Tough one to swallow. Desperate scout. Deagle from this corner, fully committed, nowhere to run for Malbs. Always good for 1, seemingly. Goes without saying, but production, we're gonna need the replay.
Yeah. Man, from 0 to hero, 20-6 now on Mirage.
Shoot, off the ace.
Disgusting.
To the 1 bullet tap.
Oh.
One more time.
Oof.
Oh. One more time. Oh.
At least he didn't suffer.
One more time.
It's surprising every time.
Go watch it all day long. Blessed to have a player as talented as ZywOo in the server. Blessed to have a challenger that spreads its talent across the board in this G2 team.
Definitely, yeah. But that is what's supposed to make the difference. The fact that you can match these players up, you know, 1-to-1. Rops also, as B-Trim showed us, put up his career worst Grand Finals map on Dust 2. He's trying to get back into this too. Flames is teaching him how to be in Grand Finals now.
What happened to our humble king? It's a new day and a new age where Vitality are still kings. But not invincible. We've seen that much. Just another strong start. Both halves have featured a strong Vitality start. Heavy Gods 5-7's gonna cut down Apex, but nobody else inside of this A site, so there will be 0 resistance for the ramp push, which is gonna find the bomb plant inevitably. ZywOo, oh my god, a headshot.
Dude, it's crystal clear with him. You know, Flamesy actually called J2 really efficient right now. I think that was a kind of really nice praise, and it sums up exactly what makes him so good. ZywOo is the king of efficiency as an individual. He's the most efficient player in Counter-Strike history. No wasted space. A lot of his highlights, he's never over-flicking. Very clean stuff. No wasted ammo, no wasted movement.
Gonna mow them all down.
On target every time.
Another massive multi-kill for ZywOo. Sure, didn't have the best weapons for the job, but it's critical junctures ahead for him. You convert that pistol into the 3-0 start, you're a key of it. I mean, if we could just even bring up the scoreboard when we go back into game, it needs to be seen how top-heavy this map currently is for ZywOo. 3/5 of Vitality still look like the same Vitality that we had back on Dust 2.
You know what I love about this, man? I mean, we're not there quite yet, but like ZywOo, like on his best day, he gets 27 kills, 10 deaths. Okay, there's a pickoff.
See ya.
Starting this rifle round. And a bit of G2 energy right here. Now staged up for the B exec, but are they actually going to exec through this? Sunpius waiting for them at the pass. Two rotators coming in.
Bringing that bomb.
Two rotators here on Cat.
Yeah, they've got their angles held. It's going to be a difficult fight out for Flamesy. He does still kill Mattis. In through the window goes ZywOo's AK spray down.
He's the difference.
Oh, what a play! Sunpius catching his on the doorway, but what he didn't catch was the bomb. And what Rops found is an opening on the other half of the map, making a quick move here is ZywOo. And even if G2 goes scrambling, sprinting back towards the ticket, what they're going to find is a well-prepared Rops.
There we go.
Best hunter. And it is Rops who paved the road towards this A site.
Rops crossing positive. Sunpius eyes intent on trying this.
Does his best work on the big stage. We've seen it in back-to-back days now.
Well, he find a punishment. You know, why would you ever peek ticket in this spot if you're Rops? You have missiles this side. He's trying to figure out where ZywOo's gone off to now as well.
Tough for him to not work with a kit. And it's a tough call. He doesn't want to make it, but he will. Steps away. Double digits. Team Vitality.
It's one kill for ZywOo, but it's also the difference. You know, it's the evacuation route out. It's that frag to keep the rotators there from the CT side. Oh. And nothing is promised. ZywOo with two.
No saves in London.
And I was going to say, man, ZywOo, you know, on his great days, he gets his 27 kills. Such a clean score line. Great highlights in there. He never goes for astronomical numbers in his KD in any one given map.
Well,
but low deaths, now it's actually, yeah, an insane peak as well.
Hunting down Sunpius to get his second kill of that round. Forcing Saw to call a pause.
And to be fair to ZywOo as well, it's almost always because he's not hunting down ecos. You know, it's one of the best stats in his favor. You know, look at KD on some other players, and yeah, they get lots of rifle frags, but they also get lots of ecos, and they go look for those. ZywOo isn't one of those guys. He's all about quality.
Damn. I can't believe Flamesy bends that bullet.
Bonkers.
Sunpius does the same thing, right? Nasty flick up. Poor Mezzi. Probably barely sees Sunpius as he gets back into the corner.
Got Rops crossing positive on his score line too.
Yes, sir. But I mean,
fucking have balls on the table, guys.
Yeah.
We're way better than them, and we're playing like pussies.
Let's go, boys.
They said it's time to have fun.
at this point, I don't think anybody's catching up to ZywOo for Vitality, but support him in his run towards the top. Get some while you can. Dropping him in the front of the palace. They just draw in the counter-terrorists. It's all a trap, a bait and switch between Flamesy and Rops for him to get a triple kill. You know, desperate acts here for G2 as this game goes on, looking to get their first CT round win, but it's a tough one. Money's not great. You're coming through with half buys. ZywOo's just dominating wherever he decides to start his rounds.
Playing from the back foot in both halves. It's the first and weakest that we've seen G2 in any one of these spots. They've always had an answer. And we're in a series now where, genuinely, even if G2 won Mirage here, they're not promised this veto. You know, the Vitality is way stronger, obviously, in best of fives.
Yeah,
they're looking forward to playing Overpass.
No, once the
they're
maps
looking
get
forward
tactical,
to playing Train.
That's where Vitality are supposed to come into their strength.
And just play rate in general. So
You're not Sun Pius. You're done for. Not long for this world. The old bait and switch, Rops rope-a-dope. You start to feel G2 kind of scrambling to get anything going, but starting to look a little bit desperate as they trail Vitality, 6 rounds to 11. Now, there were times on G2's attack where off of success or failure, they would just throw in this all-in A.
I think one of the best parts about Sun Pius lately is actually his output from Ticket. It's a hard spot to get impact from. You won't get that many chances. He's finding headshots from this position.
Oof. Tough while blind, though. Heavy God eats that following flash, and Flamesy on a warpath just churns through the defense with the double kill. Messi catches Sun Pius. And all that while the bomb was actually taking a potential route over towards B, which is also getting picked up by Vitality. So it turns out at the turn of the half, Vitality are simply gonna do no wrong. This is about to be a 6-round T streak, not a singular round since G2 have taken to the defense.
Yeah, they might be still celebrating Dust2 mentally. This one's been whisked away with the assistance and the start, the catalyst of all this, that ace from ZywOo on the pistol, the one tap to fall. They haven't looked back.
You know, when ZywOo got that ace back on Dust2, I tried to sell a little snake oil, say like that's the inspirational individual moment that could get Vitality back into a game.
2-10 half.
Right. You know, and maybe it brings in the mental to try to have faith in a pistol. But to do it at the start of a half, when you're already competitive on this map, it just let ZywOo unload on G2.
Would love to know what Saw's thinking in this spot. You know, he's going to obviously try to get his team to believe that this is still recoverable. That last round was a tragedy. It felt like that's where the game ended for me for now, because that's a full A attack where there's 3 CTs. They have everything they want, no op impact. No one even gets a kill to stop that. Just feels like it's Vitality now writing the story. You're gonna press tab, look at ZywOo's score, and it's like, which one of us has done that before?
Flamesy swings out mid. Oh, awkward on the window. Remember, these are FAMAS players out here in the shooting gallery of Mezzi. Rounds the corner, gets his damage in, but Heavy God escapes with his life for the time being. Rops, just like last round, stepping forward into a B site, finding it vacant, will do the same on A this time, and the bomb is right behind him. So sure, they sign up for these duels out top middle.
This is perfect for ZywOo, who just wants to stay tucked, make sure he doesn't get walked up on.
And the closest thing to an A defense is a Heavy God on 13 health. And when I say close, I mean all the way back in CT spawn. Mobs tries to pick up the mantle.
They're in a spot to just wait to see if the CTs are gonna walk through this. Oh, they're actually setting it up with a fake. This is nice for Vitality.
Yeah. It'll draw Mobs' attention back somewhat, but he's still thinking about the bomb site itself. And we can see he's got good reason to be cautious. Rops just keeps inching his way closer. ZywOo ultimately strikes with a back turn. And so it looks like Mirage goes the way of Vitality. They can do no wrong on this attack. And this is an attack that was led by ZywOo. Nobody even close to his realm of impact throughout Mirage. Flamesy rides the coattails while the majority of the team stayed quiet. But this is the answer they needed. They took a step outside after getting smashed on Dust2. And the question is, can Apex close? Because ZywOo walks away to set up that flash. You find him blind, you confirm the position, and who else than ZywOo to find that final frag? 30 kills, 6 deaths. That is the world's #1, trying to fight for the title. Trying to show that in Vitality's deep runs with an absent spirit. I mean, this is the second year in a row we've come to London, and it went all 5 maps in 2024. So I got a question. Are you guys ready to lock in for another 5-map best of 5 grand finals?
Let's rock. I think they are. Absolutely, let's have some fun with it. Let's keep an open mind about what we're about to see, because to be honest, again, this is a map that's always been very CT favored. Vitality right now, T sides, That's the question we have. Now they've got to start on it. They might not know what they're preparing for. This is just going to have to be one where we'll see.
It's crazy when there was already so many firsts for G2 coming into the stage. A guy like Mattis. Now we get to see a completely brand new map. Like, this is not where you want to have to pull it up, but it's the beauty of a grand finals. We talk about the depth of the map pool. It's what separates good teams from great teams, and even more so, great teams from the elite, which is what Vitality are. Insta-gush.
Wow, what a peek, man.
An opening kill. ZywOo is off to it yet again. This guy's got 2 aces in the grand finals, averaging 1 a map.
Only one to beat that is Flusha back in 2018 with 3.
Mattis trying to charge through as he hears them take over the bomb site. Sunpius on the scene, but there's already so many bodies in front of them in what's going to be a tough T-side for G2. Could damn well be a tough CT side as well, because this pistol belongs to Vitality.
ZywOo ripped through that site like a piece of paper. That was an amazing first peek. Like, you see the, the delicacy with which he comes up against that wall for that first duel, and an instant first bullet headshot, and then does not stop running at this. It's just exactly what you want to see, In ZywOo's career, it's sort of like, another MMA fan, one MMA fan to another. GSP, he's always tried to solve the problem of how do I have the most exciting fights. It's not the quality, it's not how good he is.
Yep.
That was the one thing he tried to answer towards the end of his career. It's the only thing that ZywOo gets criticized for at all.
Entertainment factor.
Yeah.
It's what creates frothy fans.
And sometimes it's what Vitality need.
Sure. I think ZywOo happy to walk away with the trophies. There's this big talk about Vitality shooting for 10 trophies in a year.
It's the last goal you could have in a year like this. You're not worried about Spirit or any of the other teams of this current year. You're trying to match up to 2018 Astralis.
Which is something we didn't think would ever be possible again.
Especially not an MR12.
Mezzi's gonna come barreling through. Ooh, good hold, Mattis. A little bit labored there for the trade frag. Barrel player goes unnoticed, but the Desert Eagle gets away from Heavy God. Still, look at the health of ZywOo and Apex. Malbs could have been the guy to make the difference. 1 shot on ZywOo, 1 on Apex, both are dead. It's a 1v1 on Robs. Instead, you find Sunpius smoked out, mollied out, and a long road if he wants to wrap around Monster. Still though, scary, right? Scary for Vitality to try to take that test into what was the stacked bomb site. Scary for Vitality to let the player barrels go unnoticed. Scary to give Malbs a chance at killing 2 extra players with a single shot apiece. And scary to save anything here in London. London wants blood, and Vitality just give you enough. G2 go down to the 2-0 T-side start of Vitality.
I don't think that Vitality are going to be scared anymore after they've got that last win, especially now that the veto's laid out. For me, when I looked at the series before it started, I thought, interesting veto. Here's a spot where you give 2 comfort picks to G2 right away. If G2 win both those maps, yeah, you could have Train and Overpass coming up and out-depth their map pool and end up coming back, but you'd have to make a reverse sweep best of 5 happen. No mistakes. But now they've picked up one of those 2 maps. They answered their biggest issue, which was ZywOo's, a worse performance followed by one of his career best performance in a grand final. Now you have Overpass to look forward to. I think the pressure is actually almost totally off of Vitality here if they get a decent T-side to even start. Really, it's on G2. Are they going to show us in Overpass, or are they going to show us that they are a new team?
Blew away all our expectations this week. Dismantling Furia yesterday came as a shock. But I think you just said it best. New team. Between these 2, that's a ton of pressure for G2 to have to step up to a massive ask in a BO5. I mean, when you think about how long it took the likes of Maus to ever get a victory over top of Vitality, who are G2 to do that immediately in their first outing? Not to mention 2 months into their existence in a best of 5, let alone a best of 3. Who would you really be to try to upset versus this year's undeniable #1? You know, Overpass coming as the third map of this series does just kind of lock us all into the reality of the situation. This is a long, drawn-out, best-of-5 affair. And Overpass will play similarly. This is a map where Vitality could make G2 look like absolute fools, and they're going to do it slowly so it hurts even more. Malbs trying to upset that. 2 kills in with the frag and the Deeg. But again, the recovery is always just a couple steps behind. And if this was that full gun round, maybe somebody could barrel through a smoke grenade right here, stop plant, get crazy. But I don't know if G2 are able to get crazy on Overpass.
Yeah, that's what they have to show us. And I think they, they want to get to a point where at least they can make something competitive. Maybe they take out a pistol, they show us a couple good tactics. Maybe it's the clutch that actually makes some of the difference. Maybe they don't win, and maybe they know that, That's a possible outcome. They still just have to apply some pressure. It's not like they can skip this map. They're going to have to live with a loss potentially here. Yet to see, though. Plenty of game plan. Everything from the CT positions to the tactics that they will have brought in. I'm telling you, they will be prepared to play it. It's just, will the execution meet the strategy, meet the prep? Oh.
You expecting Rops to get online at some point in this best of 5?
Yeah, he had some higher notes at the end of Mirage as well, so after he broke positive, he was a top performer. There's ZywOo, baby, 6 and 1.
Can't be missing shots like that. You get an op bullet out versus ZywOo. You are the most aggressive opening move that G2 had to offer. Luckily, Malbs is going to do the same down inside of Khan, but operating on his own here, Madison Heavy God pushing through that short B pipe to try to also get info elsewhere. Robs playing in the middle of it all. Heard that player run back.
Guaranteed swing, right?
Nice snap over to Mattis, at least bringing one with him, but the numbers were there for G2. This could serve as an activation for Vitality towards A. And if Flamesy does it while the bomb is slowly in tow, Apex trying his damnedest to catch up.
Oh my gosh.
Dangerous game there for Hunter.
Accident.
Spotted back on bank.
Jump on top of that dumpster. This calls in the reinforcement. And this is the moment that Vitality, they should be pausing, taking it to a mid-round. They've got time.
The moments where Apex should put the squeeze on Hunter and show what the greatest in-game leaders are really made of. But Hunter almost finds all of ZywOo as he takes up that position on truck. He'll drop his utility and try to get out of here, but if ZywOo dies, that Molotov may never get used.
It's unclear how much damage was just dealt. They've got to let Malbs get into position. Malbs versus ZywOo, 5 HP, and timing is ZywOo's friend.
Blindsided, even with that minimal 5 points of health to work with. ZywOo, just intuition, right? It's one of his best tools.
Yeah, so I think when you come in and you prep this map in a short period of time, you can put together a lot of like half buys, some cool ideas for T side. That's probably what you're gonna focus on the most. CT side, you're like, Malbs, you cool in bathrooms? Like you got this, or are you gonna play blue by yourself? That's a lot of individual prep you're gonna do on CT apart from some opening stuff. I'm saying they're cramming for this exam, right? Weren't ready totally to have to bust this out. But where they're going to fall apart the most is definitely in the late round situations. That's when the aim is going to be heightened for the team who has more experience. That's when the micro of these timings is going to be more familiar to the team that's been here more often. And that's where the underdog loses their biggest advantage.
I think one of the best examples we've had so far this year of all the things we're trying to paint here in this moment is Mouse versus Vitality, best of 5 grand finals in Lisbon. Because the 5th map in that series was Train. And even though Mouse had so many outings versus Vitality, so many chances to get game tape, find solutions, bank off of a guy like Cyclone, who, much like Saw, comes in prepared. The real problem was, even after that last map, Brolin walked away and said, it's my fault. I wasn't ready. Think of all the time he had to become an in-game leader to take that swing. And now compare it to the little runway Hunter's standing on tonight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the only difference I'd say is Hunter's actually won more. Hunter's won more, whether it was in a different capacity.
Sure.
I think like his will and I think his confidence in a spot like that is going to be higher. And that's why I can even see a team like G2 making it this far.
Even their nades right now, G2 aren't ideal. They just gave over playground control if it was to be taken. Flamesy actually doesn't slot in behind it, but
sometimes it is just a formality, but you've got to land those.
Meanwhile, we get this exchange of kills through the long monster pipe. We've seen some early success out of Mobs inside Khan. Joins up with the short players. Ooh, they put a smoke ahead of ZywOo. He'll have to peel back for now. Or will he? You know, frag in hand. Just how crazy does he want to get? Yeesh, Mattis makes a critical mistake.
Yeah, it's crazy risk. Mobs is going to be incentivized to come and try to open this up.
Oh, Hunter triple through Monster on his own. He loses his support, but they thought that with that kill on the half wall, they could just take it. Hunter sees the problem in the plan.
Oh, is he going to start shooting? Oh, nailed it.
There it goes. So Hunter steps up to the plate. A triple kill right.
Very good. Also, the tube strike sign was so good.
Triple on Monster, let's see it.
Yeah.
Vitality just kind of throw caution to the wind. They thought they had an opening that did not exist. Almost a one-man army.
Yeah, that's a really nasty spray down. That was a moment where Vitality had lots of time in the round, but they didn't have blue. They didn't have A vision. So they did feel maybe a little press to make that happen right then.
Mob's taking the fight.
If they came out on both sides of that monster pipe, they would have been able to get the trade a little bit more efficiently on Hunter, but not surprised he can put up a spray down like that. Best frag in IGL right now. They don't want to think about this too much. Mezzy chance in the house.
To be expected. Sunpius up on Dice. They're getting close through those bathrooms. He can kind of sense it. Now he sees it, confirms as Flamesy jumps back around the corner, dodging that sniper.
Now this is Mobs. It's a spot where Senpai is going to try to support him from the signpost. A flash can be in tow here. Mobs has to get in front of it. This is really nice.
There is no flash. Mobs is just playing active. Drops the third, but doesn't get anything more than that. Senpai doesn't help with the util, but he will help out with the frags. And then I love, he takes this movement forward. Hunter's going to pick up the slack back sight, but oh, he misses a chance to strike them down. And so the scramble occurs here at 25 seconds. Hunter saved them last round, and he could do it right here, right now, yet again. Half health Apex killed by Mattis, who comes barreling out from bank, and a much-needed consecutive CT round win, or else all that economy's in the dump.
No, definitely. They got layers. I mean, I love the play from Mobs. It doesn't net them too because of a great reaction out of ZywOo, but if you sit back here, if it's earlier in the round, there's an op all the way, you know, back at, you know, from the T perspective, then you're going to die making that push. But in that mid to late round timing, where either they're taking long control or they're falling back, you either get the flank off, or you get right there where they're lining up off the signpost, there's smokes, and you can take a pick, fall back a little bit. Now you got Sunpius right behind you to refrag. Lots of outs. Nice move between the two of them, and the late support from Mattis, having to rotate over from the other side of the map.
Yeah, if there's anybody who I think in this server wants to take his gloves off, since he's hit the playoff stage, it's Mattis. Throwing himself into active moments. Heavy God gets vision. Tucks down into his cover with 2 to his name. Mezzy's Tech 9 makes them worried for a second. Now that AK's empty, but a ton of damage done, and a cleanup quickly, swiftly, pushing through that site. Making sure Vitality don't find anything with those upgraded guns. So pistol, conversion, 4-0 start. But it looks like G2 do have a defense to stand on.
And when we started, I said, you know, let's keep an open mind. I think I was trying to convince myself because I don't really see a world in which G2 can actually win this map out of nowhere. But if that happens, now we're in for something really interesting. G2 stringing those two together, looking confident so far. Chemistry is looking good on the A site. And chemistry is something that maybe you can build over time, but for the most part, it's either there or it's not, right?
And I felt like
that's
with
what's
G2,
gotten them this far.
Yeah, exactly. It's been there early. We've seen instances of it. Saw almost demands it.
Love each other. Now.
Mattis wants in. but doesn't expect ZywOo.
That's a little sloppy. No molly. No pairing of nades here, off into the corner on their push. Tried to be a little gimmicky with that.
Yeah.
Got a little vision, but didn't expect the full setup.
You can see that frag grenade
This one's
come
spotted.
over.
Heavy God's gonna nade it. Wow. That was one-way information, and that's perfectly corroborated from Heavy God to Sunpius.
Okay.
They paired that so you couldn't run from the HE and you couldn't avoid the scope.
Okay.
Beautiful. If it's gonna come down to creativity like that, and they can make those moments happen, then we've got a game.
An advantage, and Heavy God wants something more. He's going to make a move outside. Ooh, he drops bomb.
Reaction is incredible.
What's left of Vitality is this short push, but right into the scope of Sunpius.
He knows.
He's got that inkling. Won't be able to stop Mezzi, who's going to go back for his bomb, or at least take a look at it. This is Heavy God leaning back. Going to have to dodge that flash. Mezzi challenges through, and Heavy God wins the heads-up duel. Good on Heavy God, supported by Sunpius, pushing through the pipe, dropping bomb, really taking control of that situation.
Yeah, it's the guillotine there on Apex. That changes things entirely.
And man, now not only are we tied up, but we're talking about 4 rounds straight from G2. Not a single bomb plant for Vitality in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And these moments of glorious anti-strat where you're just getting blown off the totem pole.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. The tactics here, and again, their tactics, it's like they just put that together right now. They just got a little information, let's try something, and they make it look seamless.
So Vitality flailing around with pistols, few pieces of util on Apex, really not a lot to get excited about if you're a Vitality fan. Again, we know nothing about G2's overpass. What we do know is that Vitality lost this map to M80. The most unexpected playoff contender. Now, Mulbs is going to have to sit to the wayside. Desert Eagle to the forehead.
Keep walking. That was a lot of vision gain. ZywOo gets the upgrade.
No. Offered over to Rops. He's got Kevlar. ZywOo doesn't need the armor. He's just a bomb plant. Hunter going to push down long, so this could compromise the back end of sight. Sunpius with that util actually flustered, so he falls back into the bank for now. Matt is taking a peek over top of Dumpster. He's looking to peel them off. Hunter comes back at this. It's only Apex in the middle of all of that. G2 look very comfortable as they just let Vitality walk onto site to die.
I mean, one important tenet of the map, you know, an overpass, if you don't have long control coming up through short and the CTs have it, like, they're fine. You have a crossfire that's so powerful from truck to long, and they knew that. So they could come in from retake spots, but they don't actually have to retake. There's nowhere to plant that's totally safe. They needed to try to swing on the player long, find out if he was there in the first place, or have a lurk in place to at least get retribution for that kill. Doesn't happen. Timeout gets called here for Vitality. And even though G2 are making a comeback, there's a really high par for them to get these CT rounds.
No doubt.
It's cute that they can do this, but they still need a lot of rounds.
Cute. It is cute. Good for them. You know, I think G2 is thinking the same thing. Oh, you think this is just cute? Great. What's really in store for us, man? What is Mulb's entry fragging on Overpass gonna look like?
I think the entry fragging is going to be pretty cool.
Right?
I think it should be, yeah. But also, Vitality CD side overpass, you might not see around.
Only time will tell. For now, we just watch and see how much momentum G2 can continue on with. This is 5 rounds in a row, not even a bomb plant. Nothing has come for free since G2 won their first. And that first round put forward by the Hunter 3K on the monster pipe, right? That was the one moment where Vitality, they had control of a situation, but they almost sort of rushed it. Like you said, didn't even come in from both sides of monster, jumbled up on one half of it.
It was about a minute that they had. Yep. So they could have waited for the whole smoke.
You know, a moment where they maybe got overconfident and suddenly, blink, 5 rounds in a row for G2's defense.
Definitely a couple of rounds here where use of a lurk is welcome, that we don't really see for Vitality. They almost never have blue control unless they're taking a full default like this. Even having just a late option towards A, you know, just to make sure they know they can slow it down. Whoa, that's a It's a hard shot. He's aiming high. He's looking for an op up there. It's actually Malbs who's like, whoa, I didn't expect you to be here at 40 seconds. They're that far back on long. To be honest, the reason Malbs makes this push is because time is low for Vitality. They've got to get a move on.
We hit 30 on the clock. You just said that to take A without long control is the bane of an A play. Well, here we go. 3 players, emphasis on long. Flamesy to lead the charge forward. CT's on site. Oh, that's a Hunter flash. Hunter flashes Malbs on his rotation towards Bank. Sunpius, they didn't know about him, so he's in the pocket, but ZywOo slays him. Hunter tries to save this.
That bomb has to go.
It's down. ZywOo late to scramble, just has enough time. They're going to sprint at it.
He's going to run him down.
Oh, but it's planted. It's delivered. Slides over top of that truck and saves the day as mistakes were being made.
Robs can't hit that shot, the trade before the plant or after. We're watching that from the winner's POV. Time is a factor, even though they get this plant in at the last second. Look how rushed it feels.
Woo. Again, Mattis on scene, looking for fisticuffs.
Robs could have just, Robs could have won that right there. Just had to cover the plant. G2's 6th round, that's not small. Money's low. Actually gets a little worrying now for Vitality. It's a full-fledged comeback.
It's leaning on the CT side of overpass, but it's undeniable. 6 at the top of the screen. ZywOo into the play already. Doesn't pounce immediately on Sunpius, who would have had an awkward close-range shot, but instead, Vitality rocked this boat back down to B, but what about Malbs inside a playground?
If they push Sunpius back, they also get Malbs to rotate back around. Instead, now they're just surrounded.
Oof, and he's eating flashbangs here. Heavy God's anchor is going to be made difficult.
Oh, both go down. Very nicely done, Vitality.
A kill inside of connector for once. We've seen Malbs thrive in there. Get his or find space.
I love it's a minute 10 and they make this happen. Ooh, okay.
Is this still a doable round, G2, spotting knees over towards Monster. Malbs trying to flush Robs back. Oh, that's a nade for good damage. Robs, eats another, but in that second frag grenade finds his headshot. So G2 taking a look at it because they know you all hate saves.
He's coming for it.
Can't blame Sunpius trying to play around in short side. 3 survive for Vitality. And as we get to the very tail end of this first half, at the very least, a 5th terrorist round win.
That's a nice snap call here for Vitality because they get this kill, they move quickly, and when they run back down the stairs, they know they're giving audibles up. They don't know to who, or if they're gonna matter, but they would have if they took any longer. Malbs' flank would just grow with effectiveness as the time went on. You look at the clock, it's a minute 15. To go into a B exec on a T-side overpass right now, at a minute 15, like a lot of things have to be in position, and they had them all, they didn't overthink that spot. Very nicely done for Vitality.
It's a bit of a relief for Vitality knowing you can still break through, even with the damage. Almost unfair.
1 hell for Flamesy.
But don't hate the player, hate the game. We're gonna pause for a second. Let G2 stew in this threat. You know, 4v5 success rate was a big talking point for G2. Back on Dust 2 at the start of Mirage. A 4v5 on Overpass. Ooh. Take it if you can. Got the defenders on site ready to go as smoke is about to fade on Monster. And Heavy God's been really happy to try to press his luck through this kind of a setup. They're gonna go 2 rifles over towards Monster. This could definitely catch Apex off. He's just hit by both barrels, but they gave up space for Messi. And so is it worth it? You sacrifice sight to try to take a singular fight instead, and you put poor Sunpius into an impossible situation. But look at the damage that was done there on that attempted hold. Messi walks away with the 2K. Vitality are about to walk away with 6 rounds on this T side. And London are about to find out if G2's attack has anything to offer us. This is a massive unknown entity in Overpass. Sunpius, hate to break it to you, you're done. 6-6 on the half, folks, but a tough attack up next.
I will be joined by some of our favorite players, looking at their setups, looking at all the little details and how they position themselves to own people in the game and win those big trophies. Let's see what happens. What are you doing first? What's the first thing you tested?
Table height. These tables are pretty easy to set up.
Oh, so you know this is calibrated correctly. It's on the money, it's perfect.
I think you're gonna have an issue down here.
You have quite a unique way of playing.
Kinda simple, you know?
Desk height to start with?
80 centimeters.
Oh.
The monitor will come
Show me.
quite close. With this monitor, I like to make it 90 degrees.
I would put a little bit sideways.
How close is the monitor coming?
No, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like this. Your keyboard on the side of the monitor.
Aha, okay. Oh wow. And then where is your mouse hand? You know, I can't even fit my hand under the monitor.
Yeah, I have a big hand, bro.
I think maybe one unique thing I do, my mousepad is almost behind the screen pretty much.
So you're more like at the back here, but you play, so the keyboard's here, but your other hand's more further forward. Okay.
I don't use the arm to move, I only use my wrist.
Your only wrist?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You can hug the table, bro.
Hug the table?
Yeah, like, just go hug the table, yeah, like this. Yeah. Feel it, feel it.
Okay. Are you this close to the monitor?
Yeah, I'm that close.
Dude, this to me already is crazy close. I wouldn't say this is comfortable for me, but obviously this all comes down to preference in it. I could potentially, I could play a few games like this and make it work. I'm not gonna be mostly comfortable with it. This is better for me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely, because I'm seeing what I'm shooting at. In this position, I could win some games with this. I don't think I would have a problem.
Sure.
Yeah, this is fine. Well, this setup I can do. I can work with this. I think I can try a Quesarado setup. I could win some pug games in there. I would not be terrible, and I wouldn't be uncomfortable. I can make this work.
Yeah.
Quesarado, thank you very much for showing me all your settings in this.
Approve it?
It's a unique, I approve it. I definitely approve it, man. I've enjoyed testing out your setup and understanding the reasoning behind it all. All right, there we have it. Frozen setup. Thank you very much for sharing it, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Frozen, Quesarado, and Rops giving us all their way of playing and getting comfortable in Counter-Strike. Maybe you'll mix and match different parts of it. Either way, there's no perfect way to play Counter-Strike. It's just your way.
We came into this third map with a cloud of doubt over top of G2. We have no idea, no evidence, no proof that they could compete with a team like Vitality on Overpass. G2 fans, are you happy with the 6 rounds they got? Woo! Nah, I don't blame you. 6 doesn't feel like a lot when you go up against this now CT side of Vitality. Good luck.
Yeah, but we are still, I don't know, it's not practice. That's how we play. We play like it's practice and let's try things even though default is working. That's our problem. Let's fucking be better on this side, okay? Yes.
I love it. It's demanding, you know, again, and like coming into an official like this, you gotta want to have measured expectations. Hunter wants to win.
Of course. Now, you know, opportunity in grand finals doesn't always come. Never an easy run, and theirs hasn't been. Toppling legit opponents in Spirit, FaZe, Furia, and taking a swing at 2025's #1. But they come out of the spawn on this T side pretty slow, lose a player in Heavy God the moment he emerges from the tunnels. And then Vitality kind of poking and prodding from long does get G2 to try to bite back. 2 players round that corner. Rops is still floating around with ZywOo, but neither of them actually catching a kill just yet. Bomb gets real close. Maltz ultimately drops ZywOo, but there's the answer back. Rops' gun goes empty. Apex taking headshots. Mattis could be the guy to save this pistol.
As he does, it feels like another 2K in a spot where they've got top bathrooms, the bomb in tow. It's Vitality who now have to figure out how to get a kill and join up. You know, the proactivity that we were missing from Vitality on map 1, we saw that come through more on map 2, but I don't think it's at full strength yet. These are the moments where they can really show us how they can outthink their opponents, not just out-aim. And here's the proactive play.
Yeah, it's got to stay quiet though, right? Walking the whole entire time. Mezzi spots Hunter. Vitality just pushed this over. 15 on the clock. Mattis again. He is the solution. 3 kills into this. Recovery. Flamesy's got him. And that's going to force Hunter's hands into the plant on the opposite side of Dice. Flamesy runs him down. The kill comes the way of Vitality. And they will find themselves both pistols on overpass with what could be a damning CT side ahead.
That could be everything right there. Flamesy finds the perfect moment to run that down, where Hunter has to stick the plant because he doesn't have time to get off, take a duel, and go for it again. Really nicely done from Flamesy in this spot. And then Mattis, I mean, he really tried his hardest. He did such a good job in this position. Double peeking to get that fight is fine. Just both their bullets missed, right? Could have been a plant, go down. I think he just wanted that round so badly.
And you can't blame him. It was theirs for the taking.
Their odds shoot down.
Immensely.
It's already going to be difficult with that pistol. Now they shoot way down. You know, Vitality now can kind of just, they can little bro them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how long it took for Vitality to get back into their own T-side once the momentum of a pistol win dried up. If you've watched any overpass, you know this tale. It's as old as the map itself.
Got the reminder from Hunter to play like scrims. Remember the practice.
Zywoo's got 3 players in front of him. Makes quick work of the first 2. Rops is perfectly positioned to help out.
Dude, I was looking at that angle and I was like, how well will this work out? You know, why not just fully tuck? And he sees the shadow of the flashbang. It's so perfect.
Zywoo tapping right back into what he showed us on Mirage, which is one-man domination. So unleashed here inside of the bathrooms, like you said, kind of,
okay.
It's the real deal.
No.
Gold, gold, gold. Gold, gold, gold.
Never give up.
Great tethering here as Rob's on the back of the site.
Oh, totally. Zywoo sharing the love. Deal with this guy for me, the only rifle.
He's so confident that he's going to get that helping hand, which is nice. You know, it's a classic, the rifle and op combo of your A site on overpass, right? There's been some nasty duos in the past.
That's the other thing, like overpass is very much a star player map. You have a star rifler, star opper, and you put them together on A site, and then suddenly you can beat any team. And like, we knew what that was going to be like.
Yes.
For Vitality. For G2 is more of a question. In terms of reps, in terms of form, and everything like that. You know, I'm going to surprise to Zywoo. We're going to take Zywoo every time. Map 1, maybe not, but now he's back. Heavy God, however.
All right.
What a response.
Well, Rob's concerned about bot. Oh!
My goodness.
We haven't had a round like this actually hit the scoreboard. Everybody's been able to recover, but this could be the one that does go the distance. G2 trying to get away from it. Flamesy's flank perfectly timed. Mattis, it's utility over the top.
They might try to push.
It's picked up weapons for the side of G2, but Mezzi keeping the pressure on the plant. Hunter, can you shine? Oh, he finds the timing! And then there's damage in through that smoke. It's a Mezzi clutch on home turf. And Hunter plays around the smoke, getting away from him.
Oh, it's perfect.
Mezzi's got a kit, so this timing could still be saved. Headshot from Merryman.
Damn. That was very slippery from Hunter. He was full camos. He snuck around that smoke, but it's the reaction and the raw mechanics here from Mezzi that saves him. Nearly the eco one here for G2 off of a couple of great eagle shots.
And in what could be a difficult T-side ahead of them, this would have been such a fantastic way for G2 to kick off an answer while the lead was still minimal.
And that is not, actually, you can see Mezzi, he had an eye on it. He was
So
suspicious, so. That can't be a coincidence. Apex has the most FAMAS kills in big events this year.
That kind of makes him like the Frenchest of Frenchmen.
Yeah. As if we didn't know, though, is the thing. I wonder how he's feeling right now.
Probably better than he felt after map 1.
It's 2 big best of 5s this year where Vitality, they weren't free. Versus Mouse versus Falcons, like they were tested to the bitter end. They've been there.
Ooh.
No, that's crazy. What a shot.
In a gun round 2, that's lovely stuff out of Rops. Honestly, though, the tempo of it all still stays quick, and that's something we praised G2 about in previous maps this series.
Flamesy coming up behind, take advantage of the fact they're down a player.
Yeah, and they're not watching this flank either, so bomb drop by Flamesy. That's going to draw the attention of the 2 remaining G2 players. They could catch him. Oh, they should have caught him because of the shadow advantage. You'd think Heavy God wins that every day of the week.
Oh, he just slipped under that, no problem.
Not the case. This is a CT-sided map being dominated now by Vitality. 4 consecutive rounds win. Sure, G2 got close in the last one, but close is not going to cut it.
No, yeah. Same thing happened in the first half. You know, you can get scared by it, these opportunities, but Vitality are in their comfort zone right now. In the lead, on CT, on overpass. It's a matter of reps at this point. That's what's shining through. That's what G2 have to fight against. They need every little bit of X factor, maybe a 1v2, maybe an ace to come out like ZywOo's put up in the last 2 maps for Vitality. They need it all. They want to steal this one away from Mezzy. We've talked about it, and yeah, imagine how proud you'd be. You know,
of course,
a guy like Mezzy, class act on a team like Vitality right now, having the year that he's had.
Represents the UK well. Rops swinging it out. Even despite the flashbangs, that pressure, and the chase that's supposed to catch him on the retreat.
It's emergency routing here. I think he knows he was going to get chased.
Yeah, definitely wanted to head back towards bathrooms. Instead, he's got a chance to duke it out with Mattis, who I believe just made fast steps. So you give Robs that little bit more information.
This is like Solid Snake. They're actually assisting him. The flash is good, but Heavy God dodges it.
Feels like he knew he was doomed, so he just tried to get the most out of that round as he could, and 2 kills out of Rops before they even get to bathrooms is massive. ZywOo not going to miss his shot comfortably on that angle.
Kind of crazy how many times Vitality only have 1 at A.
Sunpius, though, had the jump on ZywOo, but ZywOo with fast reactions.
And the thing is, if they played on site, they'd be at risk of losing that 1 player and then the exec happening. But since they're playing off site in aggressive spots with good angles, they're in a position where if they get a kill and die, at least they get early info. The rotators can come up. It's helping them reinforce the rest of the map really well. Rops and ZywOo are somehow getting all the frags, even though they're not even playing together right now.
I mean, we haven't even really seen that B site tested, have we?
Yeah. And that's the thing, you kind of got to kiss the ring over at A first, it feels like, to even get a chance of, you know, earning the respect of your opponents. And if you're going to go be in these spots and it's only Rops outside of bathrooms or it's only ZywOo on his angle by himself, you kind of do have to be able to kill him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have to be able to take that 1 guy down or force them back. That is the whole point of overpass, really. And they can't pass that first test yet.
No, and you had, like you said, 2 disjointed members of an A defense in Rops and ZywOo.
They're too hard to find.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh, we're getting there, aren't we?
Yeah, it feels like Vitality might put a bow on this. But we heard from the listen-ins that G2 are here still laser focused on the objective of finding a way to win.
Tough to find a solution in this dire moment. Again, you know the odds are stacked so high against you. You know you haven't had an official outing on overpass.
You know what I like most about the Hunter pause?
Tell me.
It's that he's angry, not confused.
Sure.
Angry, not quiet, you know? He believes they do have the prep.
I think there's also something powerful in having a fatherly figure as one of your in-game leaders, because you know that there is importance in tone and the way you speak to people as well, and not losing your head. And Hunter's always kind of had that calmness about him as well. Intensity, but still everybody on the same page. That's the G2 mantra. Flamesy, yeah, puts them all on the same page. The obituary. Easy does it down on that B site. No contest as they tried to just creep their way at him. Apex ZywOo thrive. 6 map points here on Overpass. They finally go take a look at that B site, and it ends as quick as Flamesy chooses.
Yeah, another 3K defense. You're gonna need a limousine hearse for these sprayed outs.
Just putting him in the crypt. Huge ask with the pistols. I tried to allude to maybe some kind of a Mobs entry frag getting going on the T side, and sure, losing pistol has limited the runway they have, but he has just been getting bested by Rops. Sitting, unfortunately, down there, 8 kills, 15 deaths. First 2 maps of this best of 5 get robbed by the opponent. The picks don't matter much until this time. Oh, how'd that get there?
Damn.
Of course we have the answer.
Wow, that's actually nuts. Where's my vape, bruh?
Mattis walking through. You gotta find some positioning close to B. I mean, look at the mini-map. You really believe this B site is gonna stand the test of all of G2? Frag grenades go a bit too deep. Flash finds its targets.
Info on the second guy.
Flamesy with a chance to shine again. This time not just versus pistols. May not make a difference. Mezzy gets one from beyond the grave, and it's back-to-back triple kills coming out of Flamesy. Here's Sun Pius with it all to do. Too much to do. Too much to ask. G2, no officials on Overpass, and their first outing is a loss to Vitality, who have an edge in the best of 5.
Side of Overpass, an uphill battle at the best of times.
Mobs is going to be cranking the dial in terms of tempo. I know Overpass maybe lulled some of the people into the room into a bit of a slumber because it was always going to be an uphill battle. But this one's going to be fireworks. London, this one's going to come in hot. And every single round we're going to be watching as G2 tries to push us into that final map. Hold on to your horses because G2 comes swinging on the T side.
I am hyped for this. We've seen some amazing moments out of G2. They can kind of walk past those last 2 maps. Let's see if they can get back to the pistol wins. Looks like Rops will tell them no. Oh, and an interesting lurk. He gets by a huge gap.
So Rops.
They don't know about
it. What? So Rops still trying to get back at them. How he evades all of that danger, I don't know. How G2 get back into the round, I know damn well. It's because they dominate pistols. But you've got Mezzy up here on the balcony. Apex over towards the library. It's a good one from Mezzy. It's a great one from Mezzy.
It's a shutdown here from the balcony. What's up now, Pip? What's up now, Pip?
What a layup it would have been to just say you want to see Mr. Merriman ride high into the night.
And you can't say
B3
that this wasn't needed.
ZywOo loves that. London loves that. Taking G2 down a peg by winning pistols throughout this series. They had both over on Overpass, no fight from G2. We chalk that up to a bit of a map advantage as well.
Some great individual moments in many sections of that last round. G2 bringing it back right there in the middle of it. That's sort of like what we're used to seeing right now. They can get clipped off, lose a first player, lose a second, but they still stand strong. That individual effort from Mezzy is just such a game changer. It feels like his MP9 clutch back on Overpass 2.
Man, I don't know how Rops does it, by the way. Gets his kill inside of apartments, slips the net 3 times.
Yeah.
you know, sure, he goes down without a kill, but he's just operating within their circle. Secret agent.
So the story of this first half, it's going to be Flamesy and it's going to be Mobs. All right. Splash goes a little high. They're going to run through it. There's going to be a full strength test coming towards Flamesy every single round. As these clip-offs come down, okay, there's a lurk from Heavy God. Let's see if he can find a back.
This is huge. Both these players very low on health. Mattis just ran this alone up short, gets the kill and pit on Rops, and then dinks ZywOo down to 10 HP. If Hunter had more than 19 to work with, maybe you could put some stock in it, but Mezzi's going to hang on and they'll close it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Super close call, but still only 1 kill, so it's a pretty successful round here for Vitality. But again, we know, you know, that Banana is the center of the universe on this map. It's the most important position to play both TC and CT side. It's where your IGL shines with the utility and the rounds and the timings. It's where the action first starts on this map. What makes this map unique and important. And so far we see that Mobs goes for it every single time when it comes to Banana. He doesn't always win, but the attempt rate is there. And he's still coming up mostly positive overall.
Yep.
And they are mostly winning on Inferno because of that impact. But it's his relentless, fearless attacks that are making these T-sides a lot easier.
It's like, for better or for worse, it always just feels like this looming threat. Oh, okay, ZywOo. That was an unarmored head.
Yeah, still quick. And Mobs are just shouldering Arch.
But it's a quick reminder to what ZywOo's been able to do throughout this series. Ever since the failure of Dust 2, he's gotten the game back under his control. Sunpius is the only one so far in brackets to actually put a dent in Vitality. Really trying to test the waters here. And another moment where you've got players close to dying. Just big picture, economically. You could have had a situation where Vitality's money is weird. Instead, they're moving forward, majority alive. Mezzi is off to the races.
Yeah, 8-0.
You know, Freya, she knows what this crowd wanted, and that is a Mezzi masterclass to finish off this grand finals.
Yeah, no kidding. It's been beautiful for him. When he joined this team, he struggled to fit in. With this new lineup, he's turned it into the best season of a team ever. He was a huge part of that. You don't do that without all 5 players contributing massively. And now they're going for gold, the biggest record that you could have, trying to match Astralis in trophies in 1 year.
Oy.
Oh, man.
Easy does it. Mob's not even given a chance to take a look at Banana.
The best way to kill him, man, when he can't see you.
Apex, keep your hands on your keyboard, buddy.
I mean,
he lets Mattis slip through the smoke, but luckily traded out.
That's a pretty fat smoke, but that lurk was kind of unpredictable. Like, Mattis taking a hard right in that spot after losing a player on Banana as well.
I'll say, though, let's keep an eye on Mattis, because that's another round where he gets a bit zany, right? P250 push up short, almost opened A earlier. This time he does it with a gun, but Rock's happy to hang on, and just a bit delayed here are these one-player attempts out through brackets.
They're next level right now.
Peak death, peak death, peak death, round done. Vitality just winning early.
Yeah, so many trades unanswered. Crushing presence here from Vitality.
0 kills Heavy God, 0 kills Hunter, 1 frag Malbs as what's supposed to be this Banana presence. Buddy doesn't even get to look around the wall.
And Banana doesn't have one hero for G2. It's always been the case that Malbs take a lot of openings. He doesn't win all of them, but then Mattis will come up and get a 2K. Sometimes Heavy God has to get into the mix. There are other players that are willing and will be just as quick as him at trying to find these duels. But it's got to start over with him. Mixed buy up here, 2 rifles coming into play here for G2. So it'll have to be a pocket strat out of Hunter. You can't burn any util in a default. You have to go low profile, pick a spot, exec really hard. We know their follow through has been absolutely admirable in a lot of these games. If they lose a player, they continue with the attack. That's what's their signature style. Let's see if they can pull that off at a round like this.
Flash dodged. Rops will be content to keep the pressure up. He hears you stomping around. That's some pistol play to try to puncture back through. Sunpia's good rifle trade. Short side of this split gets canceled out for the time being. Minute on the clock and a bit of arch control.
Yeah, they're forced into open water here.
Boy. Insta headshot though, and Apex will come out to help. And so total control with bomb down in front of it. A little bit awkward as that gun gets put away, but all good as far as Apex is concerned. All good as far as Vitality are concerned.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like every time now you're seeing 2 CTs on the screen at once. We compare that to Dust 2. Where was any of that? Trades, it's a totally different team. Right now we're getting June Vitality, okay?
Slaying. Got to keep your head in the game as well if you're G2. Obviously, another slow start is not what you were hoping to have to go up against on Inferno.
Rude, but okay.
Got him.
They had to just write that sign like after the second map.
Of course.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's fresh. That's fresh.
That's fresh poop. All right, well, 0-5. Not an inspirited beginning here to map 4, but another full strength buy. Op's not going to be a real factor for some pies. He was great on rifles on this map.
Damn, Messi's just taking control of this situation. 9-2 is his start. Boyd drops the ball a little bit, and Mattis comes out, predicting ZywOo trying to hold that deep angle. So Vitality were content to take this fight.
Still active spots. Oh,
player behind Robs. Yeah, they're going to find him. Heavy God gets wind of what's going on. A site completely vacant.
Can we actually just take a second to
boo Vitality for saving?
Just appreciate that?
Oh, yeah.
That's Heavy God walking through that hall smoke because his teammates are running up mid. Literally because Rops is going to get into that hall's doorway and have a great angle to fight that lane fight. Heavy God knows that he can't watch that smoke. He literally knows it. It's a push that almost looks riskless. It's actually beautiful. So one small mistake, a spray that goes awry. Both players on this aggressive mid defense getting shut down, and just like that, G2 are in the game.
Also, killer shot from Mattis. Feels like he's been just this like wound up ball of energy trying to get his name into the kill feed throughout these rounds. Finally gets a chance to do it with that pre-fire onto ZywOo's deep op angle.
Yeah, you don't see the nervousness with Mattis, you just see he wants a fight.
And sometimes I'm worried that like he actually wants to fight you.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful around Mattis.
I think that's why G2 are working out, because they all kind of just want to fight everybody all the time. All right.
Heavy God kills the first, watch this.
Great cover.
Oh, giving
man.
ZywOo a taste
Click
of his
and
own
the
medicine.
switch.
Of course, even if he doesn't get that sick headshot, bullets from T-Ramp also finding ZywOo, so he was just really done for. 6 rounds into this T side, G2 find their first. But it's not really the T side that I think a lot of us were anticipating with this constant mobs fight up towards Banana.
That hasn't done much just yet. He'll have a chance now, but he's taken a lot. The utility versus him has been so good.
But he loves this position.
He didn't clear it.
And he gets away with kills from this spot. Although, because Hunter picks up Apex, they flee from mobs, and he loses the duel to Flamesy.
They're waiting for these timings. Great flashes allow them to fight and get away. That's the most important part. Narrowly avoiding tragedy. And again, Robson, look at Heavy God. Let's see how he approaches this.
Ooh, Heavy God just missed the timing.
Oh, he just missed it badly.
Oh, they weren't ready at all. Robs ropes him in.
Oh, that's tough because Heavy God actually just cleared out.
The timing was 218.
Absolutely perfect. And that's timing.com with Robs. That's what he does.
And if I'm not mistaken, player there had a bomb in hand. There was something awkward in the first 2 kills. Player in the back, yeah, just changing between what he's got. And Robs.
It's so wild because he gets the second 2 players, and then Heavy God, who just cleared him, doesn't have vision.
No.
Just past the doorway, can't help out at all.
It's never easy to get one over Robs. We see that it can't happen 2 rounds in a row. Heavy God bested him prior.
Take a look at these nades. Take a look at these spam timings as well.
Oh, nice nades back the other direction, however. That's almost Flamesy dead.
They're gonna blow this.
They find it.
That's
missed shot from ZywOo. Robs versus Heavy God again. And Robs gets his revenge. Slightly. Bomb is down towards T-Ramp. This could slow down everything, but remember what's left of a B site. Flamesy, 15 health. He's got a full set of utility still. And as Mattis peels away through middle, uncontested. Looks like we're already going into a save, if not the gamble. Vitality hoping this ends on A, but they are going to be wrong.
Well
With that
done.
kill on Apex behind the car, you just know they're going to sniff out what's left of this B site.
I mean, that's so well done. It looked like Vitality, they're kind of playing Battleship right there, right? There's a full-fledged smoke. They understand someone's probably holding on to top banana. They're not going to play full passive. But where and what angles they're exactly holding, well, that's up for debate. But while that smoke's still active, here's ways we can put pressure down. We can have this smoke spam come out. We can nade behind it. And here is Apex just trying to hold his nerve, wait for his timing. He's got a teammate behind him causing distractions, lobbing things over. But ultimately, like, it looked like Vitality had control and composure in that spot. But G2 were kind of ready for everything they were about to try as well. So nicely done.
It's a full house here in the Wembley, waiting for Mezzi to try to achieve the trophy hoist in London. You can feel the desire in the air, but you can also feel the fight from the side of G2 right now.
And this is why, Jacob said that Mezzi is not a huge win condition for Vitality, and that's because he's going to be playing, he's going to be anchoring pit, right? If he was a B player in this spot on CT side, he'd have a lot more say. When the round came to him, he absolutely delivered, gave Vitality a lead, really continued to impress, and now it's kind of shut off the valve on half of the map, so that's huge. But ultimately, 70% of the rounds are still going to start banana.
Happy to try it again, huh? Flying down and through alt mid goes Rops.
Rops can actually escape off this too. Finally, this smoke coming through.
I'm curious to see Apex actually giving up so much space over towards the B site when you take all of alt, get your kill. Nobody obviously sitting on your side of the mid push. He doubles back. This is late picked up util, and of course they're going to catch him.
He can actually chain the mollies, and a third one's coming over too.
Zywoo's ahead of the utility out from the T side, misses his flick shot over, and Apex dies inside of the little pit. Zywoo wants to try to contest with this, but look at the rest of Vitality, still nowhere to be found.
Those T's, they're going to have to plant this bomb. They've got a late smoke, which is huge. It doesn't feel like there's huge odds of an actual retake happening. G2 just have to not blow it right now, and they can win on time. There's a lot of retake utility for the CT side.
Frag grenade, incendiary,
this could be the one,
smokes. Sampaio is holding back on flank. Rops, he gets toppled. And it's early damage on Mezzi as well. That's going to take the wind out of the retake sails. They hope they can get away, but no guarantees. No saves in London. Malbs gives chase, and I'm just left scratching my head. I'm so surprised. Break it down. Killed down alt mid for both teams, and it felt like G2 realized B-site was the way to go. Vitality a little slow to that draw. Apex ran back for grenades, I think it was, and maybe that's what cost them, that timing that allowed them to just group up.
I don't know, he got there in time. He got the 2 mollies down as well. He ended up getting spammed down through the smoke. That was the main kill that allowed them to come through, but they didn't actually run through that first molly. They let him throw it, then they got this spam kill. They also had vision on Zywoo coming out through Khan as well.
So a couple of failed attempts to go for these aggressive aim hits from the CTs. Trying to get opening kills down mid through alts. But if we've sang the praise of G2 for anything tonight, it's the fast response, moving quickly into the next position, finding the solution to the sudden problems.
Yeah, they know how to sequence, and they don't like put everything into one kill, like one tactic. If they feel like they try to ignore putting everything into a pick play. They have an idea they're going for. They are very fast as well about their transpositions from one tactic into a strategy. Oh, that's insanely successful. They get info.
Zywoo, whoa, dangerous to go back into that as well.
I can't believe they're actually peeking this, but that is what G2 do. They don't care about the opening kill.
Flamesy tries to drop fire in front of him. Apex's flash is fantastic.
Bomb spotted, they'll fall back. HE could do more.
Flamesy just tucked in, hoping Apex can bail him out because he's taking damage. And now there's a lot of players ready for the Apex swing. Sampaio instant headshot. And a great answer from G2. Man disadvantage has not been a problem for G2 when they're finding success. And it turns out that here on Inferno, they've got a little more left in store. Mezzi and Robs have been playing well enough on Inferno, but at a man disadvantage, do they take a chance at the retake? Utility to keep them out, an additional smoke on the CT cross. Tough job for Robs to get into the play. Mezzi could serve as the jackknife, but he's playing on 40 health. If Robs had 100 over towards Coffins, if he could take that fight, try to unravel it, then maybe. But Vitality realized their chances of hanging on to a lead on the CT side are dwindling. They are running out of room, and G2 closing that gap.
That's great. It's uncanny, actually, the way they're consistently pulling this off. Again, it's not a flash in the pan. We all know, sometimes you call a clutch, right? It's 1-on-4. But the last player got a kill like a second before, so it doesn't feel like a true 1-on-4. And the reason is because you have that instant distraction. It's the same thing with these 5v4s for G2. They're letting a kill come down, but if they ignore this death entirely and they keep running up and Vitality think you're gonna reassess the round, well, no, that's not the case. You're still coming. It's as if nothing happened. It's just now you've lost your third player to trade in. Your entries can still work. And if your entries can get 2, then you actually have a chance. They're ignoring the pain.
That's the beauty of this G2 run in London. They have nothing to lose.
I don't know who else is doing that right now.
They've proven so much already. Even ignoring deaths, sometimes ignoring damage. Mattis has really been trying to find a moment that he can leave a mark on Vitality, and his timing, of course that's going to catch Apex off.
But what is the setup right now? They're passive on both halves of the map after this buy. They have good guns.
ZywOo.
They have utility too.
And Flamesy trying to push off site. Malbs on the departure. Peeks back into it. ZywOo's right there, hits the damage. And so that's a third member of G2 wounded.
They'd love to have more info. Malbs getting tagged though allows Flamesy to have a chance to poke at this. CTs are just curdled up.
Ooh, smoked off.
What?
Mattis is afforded space, just comes in, clears it all! No way! He just cheats the timing and drops all 3 bodies single-handedly. I'm telling you, that writing has been on the wall since his P250 solo push up short almost took down a bomb site.
It feels like Vitality needs to make more use of their pauses. Because with the way that G2 are playing, it's like suffocating their ideas. They came into this one with almost nothing. That was the shallowest looking round ever. It looked like a force-up the way that they had played back in the site, and they allowed a walk-up that early on towards the A site.
Felt like they were having just a team meeting inside A. And the hunt is on here for G2, trying to bottom out Vitality in this attempted save. Final round up next, and there's tons of cash in the coffers for G2. You're gonna get what you want. Flamesy, dead man hiding. Trade comes through, and that is 1 round the gap with what is a non-timid G2. Deaths, damage, they don't give a damn. They will follow through with conviction either side of the map. Huge moment here for Mattis.
This is the textbook definition of sticking to your guns. Creating timings is what happens when you play with confidence.
And I mean, Apex losing his mind in the middle of a round that needs to be recovered.
It's kind of wild because, yeah, it needs to be recovered, but like, what was their opener right there? Apex now the Mag 7 here in round 12. G2 are responding.
Of course. Play long enough, pushes buttons long enough, and he whipped out the Mag 7. He'll sit on that half wall, and he'll wait for you to try to walk it forward. Of course.
That felt wrong. Not out the smoke.
Gets found out. This B site looking prime for the taking yet again. Flamesy trying to hold it on his own. Will get the return back to Malbs, also through the smoke. Everybody playing the same game. But we've said it, G2 lose a player. Does it deter them? Do they stop? Are they afraid to just follow through with what they wanted, which was so clearly this B site?
And some calls aren't out of spawn, besides sometimes them having the tactic of having Malbs go 1-for-1 on some duels at the top of Banana. But when we get into the 4v4, G2 are not actually disadvantaged anymore. Even though Vitality are the last team to get a kill here, it's the CTs who are a little more insecure about the map. We can see that Flamesy at the moment is totally alone. This is actually quite a crazy setup if we look at the T side.
Oh, this fight here between Mattis and ZywOo.
But Oh, you heard the step.
3 loud steps. Mattis is going to have the back of ZywOo.
The fake is working. They got the flank.
Pius is holding it just in case, but Mattis gets timing.
How many times can you shoot ZywOo in the back?
Rob's trying to challenge out through the library. He has found a chance to challenge towards this bout.
What a play.
Heavy God hits the headshot. Bomb's got to cross over. Mezzi gives up the angle. Flash has come beyond him. And with this post from Mattis, who has yet again found a way to unravel this A site, we were sat here singing Vitality's praise. My God. A 6-1 lead. A 6-1 lead that didn't have any bomb plants, barring the 1 round they won. This is a massive response from G2.
Donk, just by pure individual skill.
Donk is playing amazing lately. I mean, he's always amazing.
Individually, obviously Donk.
You watch him play and you just know he's gonna get a kill or 2 or 3.
Without a doubt, for me was ZywOo, just because of the amount of titles.
If you want to put in trophies and everything, then I think ZywOo will be it.
ZywOo won Major, they won Katowice, all of the major events, let's say.
In terms of achievements, it could be me.
The trophies are what we play for, right?
I would always go with the players who won more trophies, especially crucial trophies.
I think if Donk can win more tournaments the second semester and get closer to the amount that ZywOo output in the first half of the year, then yeah, maybe Donk's gonna be number 1.
I think both of us, we are in the road to be top 1, so I think I just need to step up a little bit for now in terms of individually and maybe have a chance.
All right, I found the Banana Squad in the middle of the OVO arena up high. Just talk to me about how you ended up with this story and the crazy fruit salad story.
Well, we were originally going to go as a fruit salad for FaZe, so, you know, kiwi for Carrick and banana for Brokey, but then in the end we just decided we would go with bananas for Inferno. So obviously we were looking for map 4. Yeah. We obviously need Vitality to win this map, and we'll go crazy when it's Inferno, you know?
So when it's Inferno, we're going to see you guys just absolutely mental, losing your minds.
Every time. Banana.
Well, London, I'm also surprised that we end up at a tied score after the way that one started. Felt like Mezzi had found his mojo. That A site was rock solid. There was 5 rounds in a row for Vitality without a single bomb plant, and then the G2 answer comes out of nowhere.
It did, and I mean, what an amazing call. It's kind of sad it happens right at the end of the half, but for Hunter, that's like one of his best T-side calls so far, period, with this new G2 lineup. The way that they searched out halls, took banana control, sold the fake. It's often said that ZywOo never gets shot in the back. and they had him rotating first down mid, thinking it's for sure a B player, and the entire time it was going to end up A. That was masterful. That ties up the game. That puts them in a spot now where they're a real threat to bring this to Train.
They've lost 3 consecutive pistols, G2. Time to turn that upside down. It's a one-and-done Hunter. Mezzi leading what's left of this troop into the arch side. And for now, G2 stay pushed off site. But it looks like Vitality are going to spread out.
This is quite weird, actually, for G2. Now,
you're telling me.
With the spots that they're in, they can't move too much. They have to still respect the fact that the wrap can come back towards them. It's nice, but for Vitality, they don't have anyone playing Bell or playing Logs, and Mobs is now searching. If Apex is going to come up late and he doesn't see anyone flanking mid, this should end up going in that direction. But yeah, he's not on Banana, so they're going to walk by this and just make the split happen back to A. No mistakes have been made for G2, but also no movement. 2v4 here.
Sampaya shows a little skin. Apex getting closer. Once he arrives, it's 3 from Moto and Zywoo P250. A classic. Zywoo T-side P250 armor is a beast to have to deal with, and Heavy God's not going to be able to find anything on this one. So Vitality slow it down, take their sweet time with that split, and they put G2 on ice.
I mean, that's an excellent call and response here for Apex to slow things down, make sure it's still 2-2. No pushes have been made. And we'll see now if a retake is possible. Laser sharp precision here for Mobs.
You'd think not, but they are stomping forward with confidence as if they can still win this. Then Vitality swing.
Yeah. I mean, when they looked for a response, right? They threw something out there and they said, take the bait. Either give us vision to take a peek from Con over on B, or push out of A and show you're going to help your B teammates. And if not, we know that you haven't moved anywhere. And that means the rotations are as long as possible. That's where this retake was just done. You know, there wasn't even going to be a chance of it. This is such a good call on this pistol, and it's Vitality again. The only team, it feels like, that can win pistols versus G2. That's not the spot that you want to freeze up in if you're G2, but it is the spot where it's a little quiet in grand finals and you don't want to be the one to make a mistake. A little proactivity was needed there and they couldn't find it.
Mom solo B-hold for the time being. While we watch G2 try to scramble and win one with less. NA flash.
Used to be able to say UK flash. You can't say that anymore.
No, you really can't. Mezzi changed the game. Look at this stack on brackets. Quad hold by G2, but the bomb's still over towards Banana. They're going to send the MAC 10s in to their deaths. This is going to keep a player stuck. Never mind, Robs does get a chance to come and join him. That was much needed out of Mobs.
Yeah, and that fresh smoke they try to walk through. Zywoo look for a lead. Now it's 2-on-4.
But still, G2 don't quite know whether there's a full commitment because Zywoo was indeed on his own. Mezzi's gonna try to move this one over. Robs turns over to kill Mattis. They know Mobs is back here. Can he drop another body? No. And unfortunately for G2, they're just not close enough to challenge this.
They come in, they jiggle, they recover everything, and now Robs should have an easy time.
Much better guns.
MP9 so far away.
Gonna try to get close to the CT cross. Mezzi takes a bit of damage,
Well
but
done.
that's all good. Vitality hang on. Good on Mobs to hit that deagle shot. The chances of G2 robbing that round spike with that kill on Zywoo.
Absolutely, absolutely. But the rotations weren't fast enough. It's another situation where the defense is bifurcated. They're playing so far away from Mobs that even though he gets this kill so early, they can't come and help him out. The other thing is, if you're also on the far end of your own site, you don't know if you're getting lurked on. That slows down your rotation in a new way. You're worried about pressure that may or may not even be there. Still getting those kills is not small. G2 can be proud of themselves for that.
Would hate to be heavy god this round. It's been a tough map for him so far. Can apply that to most of G2 as they sit back here, hoping that this flashbang on Mattis can interrupt something from Vitality. If you got so close in the last one, give this one a try. Mezzi at the tip of the spear with G2 inbound. The bomb is on ZywOo behind Mezzi in a real crazy turn of events. But this would have to go very badly. And now that they've seen anybody, ZywOo wants to get the hell out of there. Mezzi trying to peel back as they go for the half-wall jump spot. And while G2 take up this position inside of Banana, they never really jump on it. They don't pounce. And so it doesn't look like they've got anything. Flamesy catching wind of Heavy God in that process. And this ends up being a very strong statement for Vitality. Getting away from the danger of any kind of Banana play. This Mattis P250's got legs to stand on.
Yeah.
But it's 4 players strong for Vitality with a 3-round lead.
Yeah, he is getting kills. He is definitely putting up some kills on these ecos. It's good to have an idea that comes in for G2, but I'm sure they're fed up at this point of losing all these pistols. Three-round gap here as Vitality look to take control, put the final stamp on this game. Round 16 ensues. We've got a good buy here, both sides.
Boy, Mezzi charging through. Whoa, he gets the one in the back. Malb's traded out. Mattis makes the difference.
With 9 health, he gets that kill.
Unbelievable. Sunpai is catching the side of Robs as well. Apex taken down to half. Guns will make a world of difference.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
G2 chew on Vitality, spit them out, looking like chumps. As Apex makes a run towards the upgrade, bomb in his possession, but G2 aren't far off.
Yeah, some extra frags are nice, but Apex will be heard running back and forth here in the spawn.
You know, we never really got that Malbs moment over on the Banana aggression as the Deaths tried to paint, and it's fair for them to try to paint that picture because it's been this consistency from G2. Now that they're on the defense, the Mattis push with Malbs for the double kill, as you highlighted, 9 health left over. Banana and the rest of this round looks very different, if not for Mattis.
I just love what we see from Mattis when it comes to multi-kills. He's somebody who, when he's alone, no matter how much HP he has, you know he has a really good chance of getting that second frag. I've just been so impressed that he's doing it in front of this crowd.
In his first outing.
Yeah. Like, you know, having a debut this year has been a nightmare when Vitality are in every tournament, and you've got to play best of 5s at almost every final in 2025, especially, you know, big events. So there was at least peace in knowing that everyone's in the same boat as you. But it's a difficult challenge, especially for a first showing, especially with the amount of amazing stories we see from all these new players. But it feels like we forget about the other ones. Mattis is just so impressive, even if he's not quite a dunk or something like that. It's a great early answer. Vitality with a momentum call.
Huge.
They really try to play that one scrappy.
In ZywOo's absence, it's Mezzi and Robs trying to keep this game alive. Again, Banana bombarded by nades. You hear them whizzing over your head, but you just hope they don't land on you, and so far, all that damage dodged.
It's again this game of Battleship. CT's going to look for their timings to release their utility. Vitality's job is to try to get closer without taking that damage.
Whoa! Malbs, no second! It's Mezzi! This time to get his double!
Well, maybe he can be a win condition. That's 17 and 7. 2 entries on Banana. Not something you often see.
Forces
Mezzi
Hunter
have to do.
Off-site, onto the sandbags.
They've got flashes in the back.
Could have just sat on site instead. He decides that he wants to draw a line in the sand.
We'll see if Apex backs up, then he'll set up the flash. We'll see if he does it.
That's what's going down.
Oh!
And over towards the A site, it's more success.
There
Vitality,
it is.
Perfect flashbang. and Mezzi comes through with a trio of kills.
It's a full call out. 10 rounds here.
Good on Mobs to catch Zywoo, burning there for a second. It looked like they were going to try to put out the fire. Instead, Zywoo, burning, is an audible for Mobs to lock in on. Gets his headshot. Mattis swings and falls to Mezzi, who from that corner had to thrive.
Who's proud of Mezzi in here? Top in the charts. Show-stopping performance here, and again, it's both sides. It's that CT moment he had on the defense. Now we got these T entries as well, where it was necessary, by the way.
It's one of the elements of Mezzi that I love in terms of his play. He's a classy Counter-Strike player, and that he'll wait for his moment. He'll wait for it, doesn't want to rush it, doesn't need to spoil it, and then pulls it out at a critical juncture. I mean, to reset G2 now, their first gun round, they straight up win. Banana looked like it could wind up being a problem, but bam, Mezzi controls that spray. You know, this is icing on top that Robs gets the ball rolling in the opposite direction as well. This is all Mezzi, dude. We could have ignored everything that goes down on the A side of the map. 3 kills up Banana, all by way of Mezzi.
The protocols met the aim right there. And G2 down to 1 timeout. As the sky starts to turn gray on them, they have to now live with the fact that a close moments that they've been able to win versus teams of, you know, equal capability like Spirit, but now in this grand final on the big stage, they're now starting to lose grasp of them. They're not quite as easy. Their team is not quite as clutch. Heavy God is not that player that we've seen in the rest of playoffs. Mattis as well. He's been good. They are still good. But here's where the superstars are starting to take over, the monsters of Vitality.
Yes. G2 are still good, but they are also new. And we raised flags as to whether we would see that come through in the series. The inconsistency shining. Mobs, oh, he can't manage a multi-frag. It is Mezzi the solution yet again as he falls off and doesn't want to force the issue in the off chance that Mattis comes wildly swinging.
Mental reset. Apex down to 35 health. 4v4. So much about the lurking, so much about the reads. And the CT's in this spot. Third chance here, CT side. Split 2-2 to sites. It's time to be proactive.
They're jostling back and forth on the front of this. Hunter was just on an open angle. Instead, opts to move over towards Coffins. And Flamesy's seen enough at that A side. He wants to get into this play. It's going to be Mezzi the spearhead once more, trying to get away from grenades. Mattis flashed in. It is a perfect flash! It gets him 2, which is huge. However, no support yet for Hunter. He's gonna perch, and Apex walks into his death. G2 have mustered together some kind of an answer. Flamesy fully blind, and the team play from G2 is fantastic.
Oh man, they are messing with the most minute timings to pull that flash off, and there is that prophylaxis, the flash to reclaim banana control. Of course you trust Mattis to put up the 2K again. Another multi.
With a FAMAS, no less.
And when I say you're playing with minute timings, if you let the map go too quiet and you throw a car flash, someone's playing anti, someone's up against the wall, and it's not the kind of round where you can go and just try to get info. Mattis actually needs to get both kills, and if ideally, try to stay alive. Luckily, those two were enough to delay for time. Whew. Hunter also didn't just tuck back and let them come into the site. Just picked a nice, cool fight to play under pressure.
And then Sunpius,
oh, what a find!
Doesn't waste any time, moves over with that next supportive flashbang. Let's see if Vitality can tap into something like that. An active move, catching the defense off guard. Something maybe wild is in the cards. Because with Apex dying inside of that smoke, you gotta make up for the man disadvantage. Again, they will try to get flashed in with 2 bodies. Mattis trades effectively. They flash themselves, not with somebody inside sight, but much like last round, Sunpius here to help out. Same flash,
very
Mattis
nice.
Doesn't swing.
Drew some utility.
Check out Rops.
And Rops is by himself. He's got this Tech 9. We saw the lurk. He got a little lucky to be able to pull it off last time. This time, I mean, every time, bro, we look at the mini-map, and what do we see? Two CTs working together, split up.
It looks
Vitality are trying to take advantage of the space that's been given to them. They can feel it.
And G2 still playing around with potential solutions for a B commitment. Look how worried they are about the flank, right? Sunpaya's holding into CT spawn.
Yeah, but 30 seconds, and they're not going one way or the other.
Vitality smoke off Moto themselves, so that's going to get Rob still behind it. Is he going to try to cheat through that smoke on a timing at some point? Heavy God up against this wall is going to be fully exposed if Robs runs the risk of coming through, which he will. He takes damage. They get that opening up onto the short side of sight, but they don't know. They don't know. Hunter from his pit strikes down one. Bomb planted. Hunter's double.
His last gift.
He's into the clutch. Mr. Cool, ice cold, low health. CT right in front of him. Matt is slowly on that flank, still survives. Robs is time limited, but he gets away from both the fights. And Fire's gonna find him. G2 hunts him down, and they'll close that gap to 1.
Yeah, looks like we might close on a heater here. G2 bringing this to the limit, making it a one-round game on the CT side. Hunter, he gets the second kill. He makes a cameo over at the A site. He's got the ghillie suit on again in small pit. Beautiful play to pop up and get this frag.
Set up by a risk. Heavy God out in the open. If Robs isn't trying to find a safe path into the back of sight, but instead comes through looking to duel, which is maybe what he does if he has more than a Tech 9, then maybe, just maybe, that's the end. And Vitality come back with momentum. Instead, it is pistols here. G2 to tie us up at double digits, barring a mistake. And in their fashion, in their identity, it is pressure over towards Banana first. With that deep smoke, they perch on the half wall. Nothing will come for free for Vitality.
Finally, Vitality look frail with this buy. We're almost at the point in the game where money doesn't matter. We're getting to those closing hours. Apex gonna figure out a way to go for it against all odds. But we haven't really seen tragedies from G2 in moments like this.
It's all part of the way that they always convert pistols. Good on keeping that distance between them and the upgrades.
Ooh, careful to not take any damage. Give up audio. Mobs, full vision like a hawk down Banana, making sure he has info.
Challenge from brackets. Sunpayas takes a bunch of damage. They try to get in off that flash. Oh, damn, with the fadeaway USP. It is Zywoo rocked, flanked already out from middle. His Desert Eagle's gonna answer. A frag could kill the CT if it had bounced over top. That could have been an open sight, a bomb plant, and an act of magic. Instead, 10 rounds all.
Yeah, wasn't going for it. Would have been an unbelievable nade to land.
Skim it over the box.
And now we get the timeout. I feel like timeouts have been mistimed for Vitality. Sometimes a round too late, sometimes right before an eco in spots where they're just letting the map play out. But here's a moment where it comes right before a rifle. Xtaz takes to the notes. It's coming down to the wire. Inferno is delivering just like we had envisioned.
Just like everybody in this room had hoped. We had to watch as G2's tires spun in the mud of overpass.
They started 6-1 down here on Inferno. This could have been a total blowout. And now we're at the point of the game where nobody sleeps well at night if you lose. You both know you could have won this. Sunpayas to the op.
Ooh, missed chance. In the last couple days, we've seen Sunpayas hit these really key headshots even with the op, right? Give him an inch, he'll find it.
Yeah, but it wasn't Inferno.
Right.
It wasn't Inferno. He didn't really try to use it at all. He played very well without it.
Pressure from the apartments is going to have Heavy God dropping nades, and this is a Heavy God that we're waiting to kind of get his game on. Sitting 9-14, bottom of the board for G2.
I love this setup from G2. I love when they double up Cubby like this. I think Hunter is one of the best players ever in all the iterations of G2 at working on brackets control. They know when to get info back.
Again,
and that's a freebie.
Dude, the confidence of Sunpayas in the middle of that
He's got
silence.
Hunter right behind him.
Bolstered. Hunter supporting his troops, reassuring them that if a mistake is made, he's there to save them.
I think Sunpius needed that. A little buoy over on Arch instead of just sitting there the entire round.
Flash again here for Malbs on Banana. But there is no swing behind it. With the second flash, there should be. Oh, it's all back turn! Oh, it's a little late. Mezzi can't stop all that damage. Sunpius back to the action, and he takes a lot back in return for that peak. Not to mention Mattis down by half off the frag, but this round is fizzling out. With the health that remains. Believe your eyes, a 6-1 lead for Vitality. G2 take it for the first time on map 4.
Yeah, they have pole position now. They have the chance to actually close this out. They put together a great setup out of the gate. Lots of map control, lots of information, proactivity from Sunpius, justifying the op purchase, which he could have avoided. I think he was encouraged to use. Yeah, that's right. And maybe a round too late to see that because G2 have responded big time. Mezzi has to turn around on Banana to see his two dead teammates after Malbs takes the team to peak, supported with this flash. And how good have all their flash timings been on Banana?
Mezzi, the only one of the three that actually turns back for that fight.
They were 1 second away.
That's 3 players of the 5 on Vitality caught off guard. You see Apex's frustrations and then the 2 desperate jumping away from that Banana flash.
You can call it fortune, but how many times have they done that?
Sure.
Their flash timings have been brilliant. Yeah, I really like this. I really like this from Vitality. They're trying to hold a little gap the entire time.
Leg 16, all too easy is the kill over Rops. Is this the moment Heavy God steps it up because he's gonna need to? Support systems down. Oh, he gets through with his double. On top of that, the one from Sunpius. 8 defenders post 3.
Yeah, they're immediately gonna get their act together here. 2v3, they know they can win this.
This has been Mezzi's best map of this grand finals, and he is locked into this angle, finds Malbs, turns back, Mattis responds, and Mattis Glare needs to find a clutch. He gets a reposition off as the CTs just sulk into their corners, giving away the position with that nade. He's ready for Mattis. They think it's Pit. Oh God, they think it's Pit! A back turn for Apex! Leads the charge! Timeout needed! Answer found, 11 rounds all!
He was right, they were right. He was in the pit. He made the move when Mezzi died off the bicycle to get back on site. Then he just reduced his presence, let the CTs come in close, didn't worry about taking an early duel. The captain of Vitality takes this one back.
As Vitality stamped their name across 2025, we watched Apex step it up on an individual level. As they've struggled in recent times since the start of this second season, we've seen him make acts of desperation, struggles, frustration, bad plays, but this is slick.
And we have
slides in, totally catching them off guard, and doesn't waste a moment in popping Hunter's head off.
And we have
down.
Yeah, that's just nasty. They haven't wasted rounds like this. G2 have not struggled to survive these situations. That took everything. Yeah, that's right.
Jubilation on Vitality's side.
11-11.
And aggression again. Oh, the nades in the back. They just unravel it all. Zywoo and Flamesy burn Mattis to a crisp, but they have taken a ton of damage back. Hunter sitting on half, just like the majority of Vitality, and they let their guard down too. He's only able to get his one.
No
so
second
4
kill.
versus 2 looking good.
HP bar's low. Will it matter? Heavy God already taking a step back.
Flamesy plants, Sunpius tucks tail, and Vitality will seize this moment.
And they're going to die trying to save.
Saves not allowed. Rops on the prowl. Vitality on match point.
The chills that Sunpai is experiencing right now, hoping for a miracle to save this gun, but it will not happen. How, after all of that, the 1v2 from Apex, and they tear through Banana on the following round. Vitality have just changed fate.
As they always seem to do in these best of fives. Mao's pushed them the distance. Falcons push them the distance. But the beauty of Vitality's year is that they always end up with the win. The first season belonged to them. And they embrace the nature of G2 in that last round by fighting fire with fire, quite literally, on that B approach.
G2 have so much to be proud of, but they will be incredibly bitter if they aren't able to win here. They almost proved so much. Grand finals are not handed out. The road here was long and arduous and took many difficult victories. It's a privilege to be able to play Vitality in a best-of-5 grand final and get this far, but the fact that they were so close, they'll have to let that go. They can't pull it out with this FAMAS and a series of pistols.
None of which are here. Just this one Deeg on Mobs for now. And G2 look confident that something is going to come back their way, even in the face of the presence, the utility, and the damage that Mobs has had to stomach. Only now are we starting to get G2 on the move.
Hunter's always eliciting all the info plays. It's a chance where now the CTs are getting into position. Fresh smoke here as the full exec comes through.
Every single nade you could ask for. We do get G2 close. We will find them with a back turn. Here comes Sunpius. They lose track of him, and there's still a player in the back of the site in Mobs. He has so little health. They're gonna try to run him down. They'll clear this site. ZywOo with 3 kills to his name. Hunter on the attack. 12 now for ZywOo. Soak up this moment! ZywOo wants world's #1 with a 3K to his name. It is still not enough.
It's the pressure that they keep applying that got them here, and it's that same pressure that got them into overtime. Not respecting the smokes, trying to break the timings, fighting till the end. And it's Hunter again. A player's player, starting off that search over on the A side. Only chance they had.
But ZywOo just proved to you in the last round that his impact will be felt.
No time to think, says ZywOo.
I thought that G2 left that transition way too late last round.
They waited, but when Hunter turned that corner into Halls, and Vitality still had an exec, and there was still the smoke at the top of Banana, he was still playing to win.
Oh my God, we're watching Mobs op. This is when you know things get wild. But yet again, it's a lot of positioning for Vitality. They could simply rinse and repeat, and you have to ask yourself, will G2 really get away with a robbery on the perimeter of B again?
Ooh, this is a huge responsibility for a part-time opper. I mean, this guy's a contractor. You're never gonna see him use this gun. If he gets smoked out and playing a retake spot, he's gonna be in con. Maybe he'll duck in, but this is high-level play to demand off someone who rarely uses this weapon. They're not gonna respect the smoke. Mobs, can you hit it?
Oh, the first one, yes. Mezzy dead. Second's his. Mobs from the back of the site, coupled off the puncher. They don't need anything more.
Is this Mobs 2K? What's going on?
Destruction on the front of this B site. It is back-to-back, full-blown execute. Full house from Mobs and Hunter. To Guatemalan mauls them all.
You have got to respect it. That was a massive job. Only handed 1 smoke to Hunter, who was on his way back to the A site. Their molly does nothing. Mobs open lines. G2, 2 straight.
Now they're going to try to bust through the brackets. Player up in the corner as the nade finds its home.
They're going to forget about him.
Easy match. Putting the back in Slovakian. How does he hit all those headshots?
It was too fast to even be believable. It feels like everyone's mobs on this team. 3 instant headshots. Whoa.
You can't believe your eyes. In the milliseconds as he dies, he takes down that third one.
And just like that, 2 quick rounds in overtime. Only timeout used.
Whoa.
For Vitality, a smile on Saw's face.
Now that's a rare treat. And it's gone as quickly as it appears because he knows then he can't get ahead of himself. Saw has to tap back into what it means to be in a grand finals as he was with Ents back in Dallas.
All you have to do is look at the kill feed. You really didn't have to be there. He made that look like an eco.
Mobs loves this spot. Chance for him to thrive. Insta headshot on ZywOo. Show me where the talent stops. G2's explosive rifling. We thought it would all come to an end when m0NESY and Nico depart this organization. Hunter in an interview days ago says the firepower on G2 today is the same as old, and I didn't believe him. I thought, of course you have to say that. You're their leader, bro. But tonight on full display, when the pressure's at its highest point, each individual for this G2 camp is coming together to clean sweep Vitality in overtime.
Mobs aging like wine in this game. Mattis having so many great moments.
Unreal.
And a clean sweep of OT with this 1 kill before the switch over. G2.
Wait a second. Heavy got
baited.
You've got Robs halfway through this clutch without taking a point of damage.
Mattis is walking away.
He's got to come back.
There's got to be utility. There's a molly to delay for time. The smoke lands plump on top of that.
Good nade, though. That's going to keep Robs a little further back.
He's running out of the option to run back to A, which is what he's looking for.
Yeah. Wait for it. The audible. Clean sweep of G2 in overtime. Who had that on their cards?
Unreal. Absolutely unreal.
London, take a second. Look around you. This place is on its feet. This is Counter-Strike. But this is also the best team of 2025. And
yeah,
it's the CT side they can lean back on. Time to turn it around.
I mean, that 1 half ended in about 3 minutes. It felt like Vitality, they know they can do the same thing. Will it happen? I don't know. That's 5 straight now. Getting into overtime. Mobs, tip of the spear, 2020.
Yes, sir.
2020 vision.
Ooh, good thing that smoke's up, because if not, the CT behind it was blind as a bat, desperately jumping while Mobs is on the prowl. This is that duo that is supposed to be a world beater. ZywOo, Rops. Joined at the hip here inside A, but Rops loses his head to Heavy God, who's been fighting back from a slow start. It is all on ZywOo. There is no help to be found. And they are desperate to rotate around through spawn.
That Flamesy, he's got his guard down a bit about logs.
No way Hunter calls this fall back.
I don't know. This could come down to Mobs. His adjustments in these spots, the flash is beautiful.
Oh,
he got it.
Not able to get that gun out, not able to swing. Mezzy on the scene next. And Hunter's caught out in the open, but they know that Mobs would have gotten the frag. And ZywOo's starting to depart that A site while the bomb and the others sit there. It is just Mobs running around on B. but it is just ZywOo sitting inside A. This is meant to be the best, which means you have to do something fantastic, and he will do nothing instead. G2 down 6-1 at the start of this deciding map. They would have had heads in their hands. A taste of grand finals, a rare treat. Not for Vitality. They know what these acts of desperation need to look like. This retake here versus 2.
Yeah, they smoked the flank. They know Mobs is coming in.
Apex trying to go unnoticed. He's the last one to fall. We've got ourselves the grand finals. And there remains questions on G2 because map pool is what separates the very best. And we saw with Overpass, their map pool bottom out beneath them. Train up next. But what they've proved, and unbelievably here versus G2, 5 maps again. London, you got lucky. This grand finals has had everything you could ever ask for, so why don't we end this one on a bang? Train to finalize the day.
I love it. I love it. There was this outside chance that G2 have of somehow,
some way,
casting a miracle, the one they couldn't find on Overpass. The one out for them is like, this is a part of the map pool, you know, you're not always getting into if you're Vitality, and they have been beaten recently twice on it. It cost them at EWC.
Heavy God lets it rip. Beretta's into the pack.
Oh, that's heavy impact.
Unbelievable. 4 kills up close, point blank. Beretta's rip.
Send him out for the kill, man.
Let him off the leash.
Let's go.
Yes. Exactly what G2 are looking for. A chance for Heavy God to step it up early. Vitality meet their maker. Heavy God.
There is a new sheriff in town, baby. Whoa, what a play to kick it off. Grand finals. That's now had 3 aces. Did I miss any?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it would be us.
2 from ZywOo, 1 here from Heavy God.
Ooh, flash in front of T-Con. Looked awkward for a second, but the time to kill just really isn't there for Vitality. Apex gets melted out through that smoke. We're not wasting a moment. From the success back on Inferno to a pistol and conversion.
You know what I'm...
Yes, go on.
I was going to say, the thing I'm already love seeing is the flashes. Like, the flashes has been a consistently impressive part about G2, where it's like their site exec is not ending on a flash, where the efficacy of that flash is gone because it's a sky flash to get someone out of a... There's always a trailing one that lands that has, you know, that 4-second blindness that gets you that extra kill. They're catching every team off guard with them. And we're still seeing that here on the GT Tactics. A series that's had everything. And the only way that this gets exciting is if G2 find a lead here on CT side.
Which they could just by nature of the CT side.
Yeah, I mean, they've already got a start. That's leverage.
Heavy got ace in the first round. Crazy. Now guns in hand for Vitality. They're going to get on close proximity of this B site. 2 players to the ramp. Apex chucking the nades over top. Messi making sure the flank is good. Very well-timed nade from Hunter just as the smoke fades. Him and Heavy God pick up a kill apiece. We get the answer out of Rock, but look at the activity. Hunter just taking that fight right to the exit of Vitality. Sunpius clipping wings. Apex into an unlikely 1v4, but with bodies lining up, it could have been there. It is Hunter in a big game yet again.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Yeah, in some ways, Hunter is the MVP of this whole team, straight up. Like, the way that he's been calling, all the info plays that he ended up starting off, the way they got into overtime back on Inferno, it's all Hunter. Like, his composure to hold that incendiary, to juice it for the last extra second, to make sure it's perfect, and make sure that it's on the stairs. That's the difference between them running out and then a tragedy of that molly coming up too soon. He's been playing perfect when it comes to supporting both sides of the map. When he played small pit on A, when he's been supporting B on Inferno, like, there's so many moments where he's been a hero that doesn't wear a cape for this team. Calling, fragging, and everything else.
Deagles and pistols. Vitality try to get out through T-Con. This time they do without getting blinded instantly. You wanted to sing the praise of the flashes. Oh, they're nice into all bulbs. Even nicer. Just taps through, destroys them outside of T-Con, as you would expect versus upgraded guns. You know, let the G2 fans have their moments because this is CT side of Train. But what's scary for Vitality, no bomb plants, getting stunned on the moment they try to exit. Whether that's getting any kind of footing over towards B or anything going on yard, nothing is coming for free at the moment and nobody is looking like they're off their game for G2.
What's also scary is Vitality, they rely on pistols, on CT pistols on this map. This is a series where they won 6 pistols in a row versus G2, and now we're here. These are the only ones that matter at this point. The fact is, they are playing fast, searching, still being aggressive. I can't believe how much they are sticking to the game plan. Sticking to the identity that they've created so quickly. Without the reps, it feels hard to believe that they could have solidified anything. You know, especially a playstyle that's aggressive, right? A passive playstyle is just one where you don't do anything. That feels more believable. Like you to consistently do that, right?
Yeah, but
what we've
can.
seen, yeah, but what we've seen is G2 is like proactive. It's floating. It's not something where they're sitting around and waiting for rounds to come to them. And there's nothing worse than on T side and having to rotate back and forth from Ivy to Brown Halls all the way around without even T-Con control. Not making any connections, watching the clock run down.
Sure. This is one of those rounds where G2 do look a little more passive, but perfectly timed is that frag. It goes a little too far, in fact. Ooh, but that's announced. Apex gives the shot to the corner of the wall. Mattis on the retreat. Smoke in front of him. Mattis will be happy to swing on you. You have to stay ready, and Mezzi will. But over on the other side is Mobs going into the smoke, which opens the door for the T-Con push to catch Hunter off guard. Disjointedness between Mobs and Hunter just cost G2 their in-game leader.
They're still ready outside. Heavy God's gonna flank Mezzi. Is he watching this? He got it.
Mobs is looking at bodies, try to encroach. That's the bomb. He stops the bomb, and then they get that rebuttal back, but nobody's picked up the bomb.
It's time to plant, but Heavy God.
Oh, it's right there in safety. Heavy God still has a chance at this clutch.
It's the long con.
Rob's tagged down to 72. That's both bodies spotted, and Heavy God trying to find his way into this. Either way, left and right. And as he crawls in, Heavy God, a god amongst men. Vitality, no match.
What a clutch. At a moment like this.
10-1 his start.
They had carte blanche on the way they wanted to approach this 2-on-1. He read it to perfection. They tried to keep it simple, and it's Rops. That's his nemesis on the other team. And the guy, when the pressure mounts this high, the guy that should be able to beat him. And now we have the 13-0 signs up for G2.
His nemesis.
Is this exactly what they did to Spirit? But now in a grand finals in front of a full crowd?
Seems unbelievable. We chalk it up to a super late night online game where Spirit lose their cool. G2 get a chance to laugh their way into London. Oh, great. They'll come and collect some sort of experience. Experience is what they looked for.
Nice, they're so good there.
And a trophy is what they could walk away with.
Feels like they turned the entire crowd now. This could be an unthinkable moment for G2. They know the consistent rhetoric, though. This job's not finished. This is the 4th time Vitality have been in this position, map 5 of a grand finals, and they won every single one. What's a little lead?
You called Rops Heavy God's nemesis. He's also his inspiration.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to put him down with no mercy if you want to hang on to what is huge momentum so far for the CT side. And we've had some big individual moments, but it also looks like setups and decisions and aggression that they can replicate. You know, it's not those one-off Hail Mary, oh, you won't capture lightning in a bottle twice type situations. Sunpaya is currently operating on his own. Flamesy about to round this corner. Could be his victim, but timing doesn't look good. Sunpaya's dropping Util on the fallback.
You know what? They're falling back.
30 seconds.
Vitality who are pressed, who have to move.
Yep, again, Vitality trying to find something to pull on.
Mattis can hear all this. How does he deal with it, though?
He just kind of lets them take over those backhauls. Apex winds up being the first casualty of round 6.
This is crazy.
Mobs gets his inside of Pop Dog. Mezzi's got the answer. Cracks open the back of A. Zywo's gonna have to move that bomb over 10 seconds. The clock is melting.
Keep putting pressure.
Sunpayas has the angle, kills Mezzi in the foreground. Here comes Flamesy. Oh, is that enough time? No, and he knows it, and Heavy God knows better than the peak. 6-0.
No clutch, and Flamesy's trying to... He has to just stay alive. There's nothing else that matters. There's a big issue right now with the way Ivy is being taken. All it's doing is drawing time off the clock. They can keep wrapping around as many times as they want to, but if these players can't connect to the ones outside and Icon is smoked, Mattis doesn't have to participate in any duels. He can let them suffer in silence, and the team and his teammates who are coming from T-Con, who are coming from Ladder, they have the full brunt of the responsibility. Zaibu 0-6 again.
Twice in one best of 5 is just unseen. Oh, nice shot.
Okay.
Rob's gonna remind us of what is possible.
Rob's up to 2.
Anything in the hands of Vitality. Now you've got Zaiwu in with his Desert Eagle. We haven't seen rounds like these. In fact, we've been singing the praise of G2 for their ability to always close them. Well, a grand finals down 6-0 is the perfect moment for Vitality to finally piece this together.
Oh man, but they're actually running back.
You're right.
They're allowing for pickoffs to take place. We do have this push. There is a chance to make something happen.
Bombs open to plant. You've already got Rob so deep.
They can't figure. Wait.
But you've also got Rob so low.
What if Heavy God just keeps walking?
He made a step. Robs hears that. He's going to raise the alarm bell. Now he's going to double back. And so even with 10 points of health, Rob should have this. But he's actually letting Heavy God.
Wait, surely that doesn't matter, right?
He's letting Heavy God make a play.
Yeah.
He starts to shoot off. Robs has got it. Full control. Vitality find a first round, 7 rounds into play. It's because of that 13-0 sign.
Yeah.
Somebody find that guy.
I mean, you could sprinkle in the Rops 2K with a Deagle. That probably helped a little bit as well. And that moment, yeah, it has been a rare thing. Again, like, G2 have been awesome when they have a money advantage. When they have a gun advantage, they aren't really losing to anybody. So, excellent shots here from Rops. I mean, it probably felt a little sour when he was the one to go down versus Heavy God, especially in a moment like that. 1v1. And here he kind of pays it back big time.
G2 finally have to face a bit of reality. Rounds can be lost. But one round's not momentum. Ooh, awkward. Sunpayas is one with the Spanish sun.
The smoke didn't do much.
Apex sees it as an invitation.
You know when he has a clue, he'll keep going for it. Oh, spray's not good. Mattis takes him down.
Ready in the back of that bomb site. A one-off round for Vitality's T-side could be a death sentence in this grand finals. So good on Flamesy. Cracks the whip, Mob's dead. And very swiftly, we get G2 starting to take up positions.
Is this the right play? Actually, he's gonna be ahead of
it. It is. He moves forward, he drops the bomb. Mattis comes in with another, him and Hunter, both with multi-frags.
Oh, that's brutal. Could be a full house between them.
He only has 2 kills on this map. Zaiwu is struggling. He's surrounded, and they are trying to force the issue, but in doing so, you could give him a chance. They will finish off the little that was left, and G2 will tap right back into winning ways.
No, it's awesome. Again, watching Hunter, proactive, another proactive CT move. He knows when to do it. He knows when to do it. He's extremely tactful about it. He's never overextending. He's never going for full crazy plays. But right here, just getting into this outpost right at the top of the ladder with that fresh smoke from Sunpias. He knows he has that, not sorry, fresh, but he knows he has a few seconds on it, taking advantage of that space as they're trying to exec. From a 4v5 position, that's nearly brought back for Vitality, denied by Hunter.
Still money in the coffers. T-side scrambling for any kind of a half that they can grab now. And a deep angle from Sunpias. Missed shot. That could have been Rop's dead. And instead, it will be Vitality to take a real look over towards this B site. But who stands in front of them? Heavy God. 11 kills to his name, an ace in his back pocket.
Yeah, as close to a star anchor as you could ask for. And we're looking at the best of the best on the other side. And Rops, he'll have a chance to respond on his CT side, but for now, Heavy God is doing his job.
Fortunately for Heavy God, he's down to an AK and a flashbang. There's no util to stop anybody. Now coming down that ramp, he will get his one duel and doesn't take damage. Then tries to turn it back up to the top shelf. Rops finds that opening. ZywOo takes the space.
Mezzi's lurks a little bit late, but that smoke down in Z is going to stop him.
Yeah, they'll turn back, take a look, see if they can find it.
Nice job here for Vitality.
Oh, they might have to write this one off. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, well, yeah, now you're forced to.
All right. Okay.
Very solid here for Vitality.
How many rounds is enough?
I'm thinking, 4 and we can talk about it.
Okay.
It's just, getting to train, it just feels like it's crazy for a lot. We've been the ones to sort of be watching each of these G2 games, and it seemed like as insane as it was, it feels like one of those miracle tournament runs, right? It really did feel like that. You still don't get the map 5 without a little luck and a little X factor, but they showed it. They showed it back on Inferno. They created this chance out of thin air just like they did the chance to even qualify to LAN versus Spirit.
I mean, if anybody knows a miracle tournament run, it would be the same organization that's recently lifted a trophy with Stewie 2K. G2 knows something that we don't. And it's a chance for Saw to come through now. Xtaz takes his pause. Whew.
No, it's G2. That's the weird part. Some of these pauses, it's like you expect it to be Vitality.
Oh, that was, no?
No. That looked like G2's pause. Unless the graphic was wrong there, but obviously everyone gets to talk. But it's been throughout the series. We haven't really, it feels like it's the eco or, they're around their opponents.
Sure.
Are trying to build momentum. Double nade here to push, to punish the ladder push up. It's not happening. Hunter M4 in this spot.
Solo Hunter M4 off a Saw pause.
So Operation Do Not Fumble. Ooh.
Mattis almost the first to drop.
Yeah, he's kind of got that job this game that's like king crab fishing. It pays a lot, but it's extremely dangerous. He's got to play Ivy. He knows that they'll push up almost every round so far. He isn't really asking for a lot of help either.
True.
Sunpias hasn't come to pick this. They've not pushed. Sometimes you will push down with your op or play 2 rifles or something. He hasn't asked his teammates to do that because he's been actually handling it pretty well by himself. And we'll see how long that lasts. And of course, on this round, what are you going to really do? But they're coming Ivy a lot, and that's a sign of a good team on T-side train. This is the hardest choke point to use on the map. Oh.
Awkward.
Almost not ready for that.
But all good. Still, though, in a round where there's so little to work with, we boil this down to 30 seconds. I think a sign that Vitality know they need to make
every CT's outside
of everything, and not just every CT, but remember that M4. It's still sitting in the back of the site. He would have loved for the pistols to have done anything, but if he gets these 2, that bomb dropped. Big if, huge ask, and only Heavy God of all to get anything going. Ooh, Apex feels like someone's watching him. And his intuition doesn't fail him. He turns over to get that 3rd round for Vitality.
They can look at this and go, okay, now we're in business a little bit. It's not a great start. We're almost in a territory of getting humiliated, but we have avoided that 9th round so far. That 10-2 half that felt like it was looming. It's possible they don't close out on a good note, but for now, it's just another comeback.
Guns back for G2. They took their beating and looked to bounce back. 3 rounds would be a tough place to play from without pistol. Again, it is a challenge into the brown halls. This time, not a Sunpius miss, but Heavy God with the opening pick.
The extra smoke, they want it to go off this.
Is Flamesy ahead of it, though?
It's too dangerous, even if it's so plump still.
Yeah. No, can't make a move just yet. And you have no idea, if you are Vitality, just how much map control G2 could have taken off of that Heavy God kill.
I feel like they get telegraphed a little bit. They're always coming back to these late A plays. I feel like the changeup is necessary. They didn't really come back to throw utility after Heavy God pushed inner.
Okay.
Now he has called a rotation.
Mezzi's gonna, not get clipped just yet, but needs to be careful because he's the bomb. If Mattis forces this fight, and if Mezzi can't handle it...
He's periodically watching it. Will he turn around?
Oh, that's bomb at 50 seconds!
That's all the utility on Mezzi. The bomb with it. The intention of going A, or at least selling that fake, but without Ivy control. It's all been called out in one kill.
It is yet another moment where G2 take control of the situation.
Now they're kind of pushed inner as well. Will this end up outside?
Sunpius slides up close and personal. More utility in a desperate act to try to break out. A 3v5 answer coming forward from Vitality.
Hunter's flanking.
Clock is on the side of G2, and so is that flank. Hunter's gonna get found. Vitality, they've got time. They're gonna make a sprint over towards this B site, but you need to run.
There's a gap. Mattis is gonna beat them to the ramp. There's gonna be a second where he can take the fight.
And he takes down one. Zywoo with a chance to clutch. Heavy God on the other side. 14 kills to his name.
He walked it.
He has already gotten past. It's not every day. Zywoo.
I have to respect that so much. Walking that flank.
This man is not just a god, he's a Goliath. Huge impact, time and time again throughout this final map.
The temptation to run after your teammate makes a move like this would be immense. He showed restraint, discipline.
Slides out.
Just want to set up a small opportunity to get that first bullet on a kill. And it's the perfect one. He knows how he's gonna win the round. The walk-up is just a formality to Heavy God. He's showing veteran plays somehow here in this grand finals. Well, I mean, he could walk, so.
Birmingham. Xtaz takes that pause to try to milk this half for one more round.
How is Train even a possibility right now for G2? How is this a real map for them? How is this lead 8-3 after that match of Inferno?
It's a Heavy God ace in the pistol. It's an inspirational bit of momentum that comes with it. It's all 5 players of G2 on the same page. It's Saw's system. Buy in or get out. But it's a bit more of an active timing here for Vitality.
And the immense pressure again on Mattis.
That smoke's gonna pop out, and Mattis hasn't had to deal with players arriving this early, but now that Apex is locked into the corner, it looks like everybody else is gonna leave him here.
He's got a good sense for it, right? He has no vision right there. But every single time they've gotten to the mouth of Ivy, he's got that smoke down, got out of there, delayed for time. The last 2 times this happened, it was time trouble for Vitality. It was also the inability for the Ivy guys to actually put pressure outside, right? This isn't the old Ivy. Now if Icon gets smoked, like, you've got a long way to go. If you want to wrap back around, it's not going to be a good play. They've got to think different here. A little pressure on Apex to come up with something.
Finally, Mattis has a bit more support.
Oh, pushing into T-Con. Oh, that's a good molly.
Sunpius actually comes to lend a helping hand in Ivy because he's not playing with that off, but Zywoo still is. Only his 7th kill of this T side. Looking to leave a mark in the dying moments of the attack. Sunpius is locked into this corner, and he's only going to be able to kill the one. We get Hunter keeping his head tucked. Mulbs is going to try to hold the forward side of this outer yard, but he goes down with nothing. 25 on this clock, and Hunter gets out from his corner. Unable to get a multi-kill. Heavy God's got to do it on his own now. And Mezzi is so low with that bomb, and he has to cross. No other choice. And as he does it, he'll take a head off with him. What could be the saving grace for Vitality? A 4th T round win.
Molodai is definitely one of the best helpers right now.
He's really good, and he has really good teammates around him.
Yeah, I think actually with the year Molodai has had, he probably is a top 5 helper.
If he keep going for what he does with Foyan right now, I think probably he can join. He could be in top 5 helper.
I think it was either Fury or he was going to go somewhere else. He was not going to stay in tier 2. He was going to go to a tier 1 team for sure.
Bringing Molodai to the team, my first goal was not to intoxicate too much his own play style with my ideas.
He's good individually, better than Fallen was last couple of years, I would say.
The amount of output he can put against the best helpers attests that he is one of the best helpers right now.
He's also like a stylish player, I would say. Like he's trying to make aggressive move time to time. His play style is really fits the what people like in terms of helper.
But the guy is just that good from the get-go, you know. Like, and I knew that from the moment I practiced against him.
The very best can always bounce back, and Vitality embodied that in this last map of your best of 5. This is where it ends, London. We've got 12 more rounds of regulation, overtime if we need it. No more bailouts for Vitality. They did what they had to in that half. 4 rounds, hard fought, and a chance to take momentum of their own now.
It's been amazing to be back, London. Thank you for having us. Let's enjoy this 5-map final. This pistol's gonna feel like everything.
Oh, okay, never mind, no chance at catching your breath whatsoever. It is immediately out onto the second yard. Mattis continues to tap players out of this round. Oh, kill! Pistols back in action! These had eluded them as this best of 5s went on.
I think Mattis is the secret to these pistol rounds. That's 4.
Believe it.
But I think every single pistol, it feels like they've won. He's gotten a multi. It's unreal shooting, man. And the way it's just one bullet for each player.
Executioner on the outer yard. Now that puts the pressure right back onto Vitality, but you all Just watch them bail themselves out of what was a flat start on the CT side.
Yeah, this is where the bad habits come in, though. You lose a round like that, you lose the force up, suddenly you're forcing it to the end. That's what Vitality had to fight against. This is just as much a mental battle as it is being able to call back on your great CT sides. It's a game of gas pedal once again for G2, and that's the thing that they've excelled at the most, is never letting up.
Flamesy's perch is going to find the first blood of round 14. We saw Vitality break through with pistols once in the first half as well. It's what got them going. It's what could get them going yet again. 2 kills and no real damage even as an answer, but there is space to be taken. Bomb in full vision of the CT side. Mattis is going to press this Galil into the E-box. Now they're just chewing through them. Dude, he kills them in an instant yet again.
What a reaction. Who is the star of this team?
What is Mattis made of?
It's a constant battle. Heavy God's incredible first half, and Mattis up here. And these two guys play together. We see them on B side of Dust too. It feels like an instant classic of a combo. And the recoveries is just, as a team, man, being able to pause in this spot and not let this go. I don't know how they consistently do it. Great couple of kills from Malps too. 10 rounds for G2.
Composure looking to remain high. Just got away with a kill on this boost, man. Apex taking his time to get ZywOo up there, but they are going to double up on this boost.
The thing is, they've used it, and it's kind of weird because if it gets hard cleared, if they walk up, yeah, they're trying to see into T-Con, but they're making so much noise.
And that gives away the plan, but Apex will try to make up for it. Nice deke shot out of him.
And he wanted to say it was all a bait.
Flash comes over top of the red train. ZywOo leans back. Again, this one M4. And you can see through the T's there that Rob is starting to go and test that back line, frazzling ZywOo's position. Mattis just knows no limits as he continues to tear apart this outer yard as if he belongs here, despite having the least experience on these big stages.
Doesn't care.
He is thriving in the spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. What a moment here. What a day. All the glory at his fingertips. I love the find. But you know, coming from Fnatic, everyone who watched knew he was underrated, right? That's the best you could say. This is actually a cool lineup. Ooh, another Saw masterclass at the composition. But they're building up from square one. A team that was known for getting superstars on superstars. But you couldn't deny it. Something made sense. And then the pressure went to Hunter, and look at the delivery from him. Fragging as an IGL. It felt like it was Fallen's story at this event. Nay, here they are in this grand finals, map 5.
2 rounds away from robbing a trophy from underneath Vitality in a year where Maus have nightmares every night thinking about the chances that have passed them. Falcons beat over and over, despite their one goal being to destroy Vitality's glamour in 2025. Out of nowhere comes Hunter as a new in-game leader, supported by Saw.
He just left that.
And they will find yet another opening because every move G2 seem to make is rewarded in these moments. They have defeated Spirit, FaZe, Furia, and on the brink is Vitality here tonight. A godlike run fueled by a heavy god. And Mattis now on the brink of surpassing him. Show me what Vitality can do. Because G2, yet again, even versus guns, step forward into this B site to no resistance.
This is going to be the first time they lose this year in a best-of-5 grand final. It was Maus who wanted to be the team without superstars to do it. And here come G2, still a baby, about to crush them on one of many maps where they seem to be unbeaten.
This is a place where Heavy God and Mattis have never been. We thought Sunpius could have been doomed to never return, and yet, even within this playoffs, has found himself more form. Malbs knows what victory tastes like, but with the departure of the superstars from G2, he wouldn't have been the only person to think this organization may have never bounced back, because they didn't go on to sign another rock star. Who could you find to replace the players they lost? Look at the names at the bottom of your screen and tell me how this works.
And get used to them.
This is a matter of evolution.
This is a game of new stories.
Hunter stepping into in-game leadership. Stepping forward from the shadow of his cousin. Everybody knows Nico. But tonight, we shall praise Hunter if in the next 8 rounds of play, G2 pull off the unthinkable here in London. And Vitality, they've got the weapons for the job. They've got every accolade you could think of. And Rop's down with 1 kill, tethers off of Apex. A B-site that is trying to hold its nerve, but even in the face of just the Galil, ZywOo can't hang on. There's a flank, though, coming down from this ramp, so you'd think that this D-hit is limited, because it is. Mezzi moves forward. This will not be the round that Vitality lose.
Vitality very easily can make this a long game. They put 1 foot in front of the other. One more comeback this year is what they're looking for. They've got nothing else to do tonight. Getting this far on T side is special. It's got to be sweet for G2. OT, at the very minimum, secured. It feels like heresy to even entertain the idea that Vitality could come back into this. But it's Vitality. They have never lost this best of 5 grand final so far. This is what they do. The only thing left, the final hurdle for G2, is overcoming the thought of actually winning.
And that thought, that ability to close a game versus gods like Vitality, oh, it's breaking. It's broken many. You step forward into that spotlight, you think you can feel it, and very quickly that momentum can escape. But this is a one where Vitality aren't banking on a superstar. ZywOo 9 and 15 has had 2 historically awful starts to maps in this best of 5. Mezzi has tried to crank it up towards the end of this matchup, but it looks like they are going to slam their way into this B site. That's what it looks like. But they don't go down that ramp. They will charge from above instead. Mattis, deep angle, denied by Apex, who hits a critical hold. And down beneath G2, from the shadows comes Rops, forming a heartbeat of a defense here for Train. A 3v5 feels like far too much to ask, so you can sit inside your brown halls and you can think about how you'll break through in another round, perhaps.
Hunter knows this idea falls flat. Rops gets the help just in time. He doesn't have a lot of time to respond, but Apex quickly into Z, quick headshot, slows things down for him. Rops doesn't have to get his aim displaced looking up. He can take the fight on his own terms. Looks like a prolonged 6 here from G2 unless they can reassess this situation and find it out. I mean, the obvious thing to do is to go B again. The CTs think that maybe they're going to make a long con play to outside, but
if you're Vitality, you have to stay on your toes.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're a Vitality, you just split.
If there's a lesson that Vitality should have learned throughout this matchup, it's that when you cut 1 or 2 players down for G2, the other 3 feel like they've got nothing to lose and will try to run into you.
Yeah.
And I'll be curious to see as this T side goes on, whether G2 start to lose that bit of their identity.
Yeah, that's what we're watching for. And to be honest, I think that, you know, we see a call like that, and that's what G2 do. You've already said it, actually. When they have the huge lead and they're very close to closing out the game, they like to try to end up with even more momentum. The fast call comes in.
Sometimes only with 3 rounds to play. So what are they going to do with another 6?
Yeah, I think Hunter knows, you know, the depth here for Vitality. It's another map where they should be the ones who win. It's actually crazy, again, that they're even in the lead.
Here it is.
But here's Vitality. They're going to do a little mental math. We got this many rifle rounds left, 1 foot in front of the other. Another small comeback here, and it's actually Saw to get involved. We're seeing a team that's prepped. We're not seeing absolutely intricate, ornate strats here on T side that are showing us that, you know, G2 are capable of anything, and it's just a foregone conclusion they'll win. We've seen them get the pistols, get early momentum, put themselves in a lead. They still have just one final test, or between the 5 of them, one massive individual play.
Just a pop-off.
I mean, seriously, that's what they have. They have gears, they have levels.
The explosiveness of the rifling across G2's board. Is it enough?
Between Heavy God, Mattis, I mean, everyone, right?
Pick a name.
Yeah.
And they've still got the tools for the job. And Vitality in the process can't become a shell of themselves. They can't just simply start hiding. But that grenade does what could be a critical amount of damage for Apex.
It's early punishment. They're coming in. They softened them up, and they want to try to reclaim this.
Whoa. Trying to take a fight to them, chucking a nade into the pack. Does Flamesy really get out of here? Because he returns the favor with half of Sunpius and Heavy God gone.
That's such a crazy play. That flash just for that angle here for ZywOo.
This game will boil down to the details, to the milliseconds. That is what Counter-Strike is.
Now, this is a big idea. Off the tack from Saw.
It's one of those slow burn plays, and they step Heavy God into ZywOo.
Yeah, he vanishes from Ivy, comes back in the ladder.
It was early Pop Dog presence proved by Flamesy. He's deciding to go back at it in the one death G2 have had to face. Flamesy tiptoes over Heavy God's corpse.
The CTs are worried. ZywOo floating again. Messi, they've walked by him.
No, Mattis. He's gonna go down to ZywOo. Second kill with this op, trying to recover what has been a poor map. And Malbs has tried to chase silently. We go 30 seconds. This bomb has gone around the world. Sunpius standing B.
I mean, unless he takes contact.
Right?
If he gets a kill, he's not making any noise
He
even.
has no nades. He has no time either. If Sunpius doesn't just start shooting at the walls, if nobody gives him a thread to pull on.
Wait, they can actually walk out, but they have to start actually running now.
10 on the clock. And Hunter's starting to exit out T-Con. I mean, they boil this one down to the final seconds.
They got a kill.
Sunpius gets his over towards B. Now suddenly Vitality. No, they've made a mistake. They've let this post plant go down. But with the bomb plant comes unnecessary hold. Hunter and Malbs within this bomb site versus 3. 3 of 2025's very best.
The old bones of this new lineup.
Hunter waits for the presence. Oh, it's an instant headshot. The Kovac blood runs deep. The talent knows no bounds. But with Flamesy from the bottom of the board and a smoke on the bomb, he's gonna just try to stick this. You are denied. And G2 do what no one else could. Not Mouse, not Falcons. G2.
Can you believe your eyes? After the Spirit match online, to take them to 3 maps to crush them, to do the same thing to this year's #1, the only team to actually complete this in the best of 5. Hunter with those calls, and how sweet is it to have Saw with that tack pause and that call to put together the ornate and detailed round that they were looking for, to show that this project is complete because of him. Hats off to Hunter, hats off to this squad. It was a total team effort.
They showed backbone in the recovery of some of these maps. You go deep versus Vitality, you usually go down. But instead, this is a G2 that will go up to unknown heights because a roster formed not even 2 months ago has put an end to the Vitality reign of terror. They have tried to recover in the second half of this season. They got this close, Games finds a way to deny them. A G2 that comes out of nowhere. Hunter defending the Kovac reputation, reinvented. Mattis proving his mettle on the stage. Heavy Gods Counter-Strike has a new Goliath. Sunpius yet again at his best in the spotlight. Mobs adding some America's flair and saw a maestro of mass destruction. Together, they are G2 Esports. They are your Blast Open London 2025 Grand Champions!